Hi, everybody. Mhm. Hmm. Hi, Anika. Hi, Sweet But Rare. Hi, Proverbs 31. Welcome in, everyone. We will do a panel as soon as we get to 25K. I am not going to be on here all night, y'all. So let's go ahead and let's get it kicking. Let's get it rocking. I probably got about maybe a good hour, y'all. I still can't vote. So I'm going to need to get off early enough to vote. Hi, Kay. Hi, Lyrical Bookie. Hello, everyone. Hi, Shanice. Like, it's pissing me off. Peacock, you're pissing me off. Why is my app not working? Why is not my app not working? Hi, Shanice. Hi, Danny. Like, don't piss me off. Hi, Bad. Hi, K Boogie. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all, I don't know why this is up here. Hi, Lala. I don't have an Apple laptop. I have a Samsung laptop. And I couldn't figure out how to download the app. Hello, beautiful people. Hi, Tashina. Yeah, I'm really aggy that I can't vote. Listen, I registered, first of all, I registered as soon as the app fucking came out again. I made sure. Then they said register to vote. So then I went and looked and I needed to register again. So I registered again. And now it's still trying to make me register again. Like, please don't piss me off. Please don't piss me off. Hi, guys. I have so many thoughts. Okay. Listen. 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 Okay. Y'all, I truly don't use this shit except for work. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Let's see, y'all. I'm trying to see. Okay, apparently I gotta fucking install this shit. I don't even got the Play Store. Okay, let me install this shit. Um, is yours working yet?
No.
So you're supposed to be able to vote on the Love Island app, but it is being glitchy AF for everyone.
Yeah, mine keeps saying.
It just keeps crashing. Shayla says hi.
Hi.
He says hi.
Yeah, mine just keeps saying network.
I just got on Jonesy. Yeah, Jonesy. I've been literally trying to vote for like the last almost hour. Voting closes in an hour and a half, which is what's pissing me off. It keeps saying network error. Absolutely. Listen, production, I know that y'all be watching. I know y'all watching. Fix my shit, bro. Fix my shit, bro. Peacock, don't start playing with us. Okay? Nick goes live in an hour or two. Yeah, the site crashed, Anika. Apparently it crashed. Lots of people are having issues. Too many people are trying at one time. But like, it's been an hour. It's been an hour. Why is it still not working? Y'all, if it starts working, I'm just telling y'all now, I'm wrapping it up with you and I'm going to vote. It's working now. Okay, can you check yours right now? Hi, Missy. Okay, you just got through. You just got through. We're checking. We're checking on the phones, guys. On the other two devices.
Yeah, I got my work phone in this one.
It's still not working for you, Danny. Okay. Who am I voting for? Amanda. Okay, so I am voting for obviously Soul and Sincere. Number one, just because like clearly they have a little vibe, but that man is a motherfucking liar. I mean, He's a man, right? I'm also voting for. I'm okay with breaking up Kenzie and Corbin. So I'm okay with breaking up. I'm okay with Caleb and Kenzie. Even though I'm gonna be honest, I don't know if I believe that Caleb is that into Kenzie. If I'm honest, guys. And then I'm gonna do, honestly, I'm gonna do Corbin and Jen, even though I know that that's literally not gonna be a thing at all. I'm not willing for anybody else to go home. I'm just, as far as for me, Melanie out of here, because I think that somebody's gonna get dumped. I think the people that are vulnerable are going to go, and if y'all make more than one person vulnerable, they're going to make the fucking Islanders decide like they did last season. I'm not going for that shit. I want control. Gabe does have to go, but not right now. That's not the strategy. Not right now. Not right now. That's not the most pressing issue. Melanie, goodbye. Goodbye. I think if production didn't want Melanie to go, they could have kept all those scenes from us, right? What was it? Yesterday, we got the scene of her. I don't like Mel, Peter. She gotta go. We got the scene. We got the scene yesterday of her doing the blocking again. Thank you. We got the scene yesterday of her doing the blocking again, so that they could stop saying that Beatrice made it up, right? And then tonight, we got the scene of her interrupting a conversation with Sincere, which is what Trinity told us however many episodes ago that we had never seen before. And did y'all hear Bryce say she turned the whole villa upside down? She needs to go. She needs to go. The whole villa is tired of her shit. The whole villa's tired of her shit. And Bryce clocking her tea, like, listen, he talked to one person one time in a week. He talked to one person one time in a whole week. And you done been kiki. Listen, even her sorries tonight to that man. No shade. No shade, all tea. You're not that late. No shade, all tea. Even her apologizing to Sincere tonight was not about her being sorry. Thank you, Chardonnay. It was about her being worried. Are y'all clear about that? I think that people we are going to do a panel, but I never do a panel before we hit 25K. I think that people got to cut the shit. No shade, right? Like, this idea that production wants to manufacture drama. You don't need to manufacture drama. You're dealing with a bunch of people who are emotionally involved, 20-something-year-olds. Drama is going to come. You don't have to manufacture the shit. They don't need to keep Melanie there for the sake of drama. Are y'all dumb? I'm sorry, that's not nice. But like, you know what, Em? And that's the thing. They only say that shit when their fave is the one being the problem. They only say that shit when their fave is the one that's being the problem. Because production and editing, they are being a little bit messy, but it's like fun messy, right? It's like, ooh, like y'all are giving us the tea kind of messy, you know? I don't know how to get rid of it, bad. Not the messy, like, where they felt like the whole villa was turned upside down. Listen, the reality is that these are real people with real human emotions. And the fact that no shade, all tea. I'm about to say, no, this is not me being shady. This is literally tea. The fact that you all want them people to be in an environment that is harmful to them, even more than what it's like already being separated from your family, having all these emotional experiences. You want someone that feels like they are turning the villa upside down for your entertainment. That's actually fucking weird, and I think you're probably not a good person. That's actually fucking weird, and I think you're probably not a good person. Like, are y'all okay? Are y'all okay? What? That girl is not, she's not happy. She is sad. Her feelings are hurt. Yes, the app is being weird for all of us. For some people, it is working. So some of y'all go try again and come back and let us know if it worked for you too. But it's like that girl is actually not benefiting from being on the island. But because you feel like she's good entertainment, you want her to stay there? Oh, okay. Back to that whole, again, how I've talked to y'all about how they be dehumanizing. Yeah, we're still getting network error over here too. Like, do y'all listen? Okay, I'm about to say something that's a hot take. Hi, Elle. I'm about to say something that's a hot take. Lots of people this season said, we don't want influencers. We don't want people trying to control the show. We don't want people trying to control the narrative. They ruin the trajectory of the show. Why do people say that? Because they have beef with Ace, right? Because tell the truth, there was only one fucking influencer on that island last year. There was only one actual influencer on that island last year. People had followings, but there was only one person that was an actual influencer on that fucking island last year. So this whole, we don't want all those influencers. You didn't have a whole bunch of influencers. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? The thing that changed the trajectory of that island was the fact that that girl stayed on that island for too fucking long. 404 wasn't an influencer. She had a business and she had a little bit of a following, but she wasn't really popping for real. As far as I remember, when she came onto the show, she wasn't really doing too much of nothing. She had the business and she was involved in social media, but she was not an influencer. The reason why the island was insufferable last year, and then we had 1,000 fucking people come in for Casa, and then it was 35 motherfuckers living in that goddamn villa together. No, Shelly was just modeling. She wasn't an influencer. It's different. Ace was the only motherfucker getting on lives with people from around the world, fundraising money. He was the only one doing that, y'all. There's a difference between having a following and being an influencer, y'all. He was the only one doing that. He was the only one who told us 1,000 times he had 1 million followers. So it wasn't the influencers. It was the fact that that girl stayed on that island for too fucking long. She stayed on that island for too fucking long because some of y'all, not all of y'all, but some of y'all liked the drama of it all. Good job tapping. Take a tap break. I will bring up people in just a second. Y'all like the drama of it all. And then the cast felt that. Now I'm not alleviating, them from the responsibility because they also kept her, right? But I am sick of y'all acting like somebody needs to be on the show for the sake of drama. We need that? No, I don't think so, actually. I think y'all are lying. I think you're full of shit. I don't believe you. Because the drama, you saw it tonight. The drama is the fact that the bombshell came in and Sincere and the bombshell are connecting and he doesn't know if he's going to tell it to her. And oh, they're kissing. And oh, is he going to be honest? That's the drama. Without her going in and busting up conversations and that's the drama. You don't need all that extra shit. The drama is them figuring out how they're doing the relationships together. What's not clocking for you? What's not clocking for you? That production and the audience wants to stand on business this year. None of y'all shenanigans. Not y'all in here. Not y'all in here. You know what? And that's the key, Brittany. They perceive trauma as drama. No, baby. That's why them fucking Islanders still think that they're in summer camp on BTV, because they're fucking traumatized from their island experience. You want to know why? I'm just saying. You don't need a person to cause drama. Drama's already going to... These are, again, real humans with real feelings getting emotionally involved with each other. Some of them probably physically involved with each other. The drama is going to exist, period. The drama is going to exist, period. You don't need somebody that is also emotionally dysregulated at the expense of the rest of the island in order for it to be entertaining. Golly, exhausting. And I agree, it is the audience that's even more exhausting than the Islanders, which is why this is why I need y'all to lock in on her leaving, because right now it is her fan base that is acting that way. Do y'all not see it? It's not even that I think that she acts like that girl, because I've made a whole video as to why I think they're different. But her fan base acts like those fans. She has to go. I do not want to be tormented by them motherfuckers all fucking season. And so that's why I'm going to vote the way I'm voting. Because it only leaves one person not in a couple, and nothing is to chance. Ain't no catch-22. Let the Islanders decide who's going to stay and who's going to go. Baby, it's only one option. She got to go. I need us to be strategic about getting her the fuck up out of there. I know that Gabe is annoying, but this fan base is going to be relentless all fucking season. And I'd rather her just come out to her fan base that loves her and go use her fame for whatever she's going to use it for. But get her the fuck off my screen and get them the fuck out the conversations immediately. Immediately. I need them out of the discourse now. For one, because Shello, that's the whole thing. If we make it where Melanie is the only choice, Islanders don't get a vote. They don't get a vote. She would be the only person not in a couple. They don't get a vote. There's nobody to decide between. She's the only one. She gotta go. I made that video, oh my God, a minute-long video about how production is giving up all the evidence, right? Production's giving us every time, because they're listening to y'all be fucking insane. Not y'all, okay? Not y'all. They're listening to people be fucking unhinged on the internet. Hours and hours and days of panels as to whether or not Beatrice was right or Melanie was right. Days and days and hours of that shit. And they said, you know what? We're going to give you the scene that shows, yes, y'all, she does move in this energy. They didn't say it for no reason. Can you put it to bed? And you know what her fans, this is what I said. They gave y'all that scene so that you can know that Beatrice was not tripping. I said they're clocking y'all's tea as the fucking fan base. You know what they're in my comments saying? It's not Friendship Island. She's just having fun. She didn't do anything wrong. Bitch, shut up, because that's not what we're talking about. Like, it would be one thing if they could actually argue a point, but y'all, they're actually stupid as well. We need them out of the discourse. We need them out of the discourse. I'm sorry. As far as I'm concerned, there's only one right way to vote tonight to make sure, well, there's two right ways to vote tonight to make sure that she goes home. That's it. I know, Shallow, me neither. Is it working for you yet? Us neither. We're trying to watch for it. Okay. Soul and Sincere are definitely getting together. Like, that's no question. The question is whether people bust up couples that then make multiple people vulnerable and then they give it to the fucking Islanders to decide. That is the problem, is if that happens. If that happens, then they get a chance to put it in the Islanders' hands instead of letting it be in ours. We need to give them one choice. One band, one sound, y'all. One band, one sound. So listen, it's actually okay if they vote Gabe and Jen, but then you have to vote fucking Beatrice and Caleb. Otherwise, you leave Beatrice and Melanie and you let the Islanders decide, y'all. I used to love statistics, okay? It was my favorite version of math. I'm always working the probabilities, y'all. You cannot. They might, who knows though? Who knows? You don't know. Because we all thought that they were going to send that one patient home too. We thought patient 0 was going to leave the island and then she didn't. They saved her. Kenzie and Caleb are okay if you voted Corbin and Jen. If you did not vote Corbin and Jen, then now you have left both Corbin and Melanie as an option. And you've just said, Islanders, you get to decide. And that pissed people off all last season. I don't know why y'all want to give them power. I know y'all not doing it on purpose, but we gotta take the power away. We gotta take the power away. Listen, I think that I think a lot of the OG girls would want Melanie to stay. I would say maybe the only one that would stand on some real business is Beatrice, right? And I think probably some of the boys would not say, but y'all also have to remember how partners can be influenced in couples. I'm not convinced that Kata would vote her out. Listen, Shello, that's why they also on not tonight's, but last night's episode, they gave you the throwaway scene of Kata and Melanie taking photos together. They want us to know that like they get along in the villa. So that's actually not a guarantee that Kata would vote her out. And I don't know if y'all noticed tonight, but she and Kata were holding hands while they were sitting on the couch and they were all like stressed and shit. So you cannot bank on that. They're showing us that for a reason. Yeah? So you have to eliminate their options. Queen Kenny, the voting options, not me rallying votes. The voting options are Soul and Sincere, period, full stop, okay? You have two other choices. Okay? You can either do Beatrice with Caleb and Gabe with Jen, or you can do Corbin with Jen and Kenzie with Caleb. But you have to repair one of the couples, male and female, with the new bombshell so that the only person vulnerable is Melanie from the Sincere and Melanie relationship. You have to make sure she's the only option. Okay? And I'm not saying that we can't come for the other ones at some point, y'all. I'm not saying that because I also want Gabe off my island. I want Kenzie off my motherfucking island, okay? I want other people gone, but I do not want my summer to not be fun because I'm dealing with that woman's fan base. Okay. I want my summer to be fun. I want the discourse to be a little kiki. I want us to have little small things that we disagree about, but mostly that we're just sort of being in like ooh, what do you think about this couple? Or what do you think about this relationship? I don't want to deal. Patient zero has to go. Okay. It's open. Chris just got through. Try again if you couldn't try. Christine, I've been live for maybe 30 minutes. I don't know.
Jen and Corbin, right?
Jen and we can. So, do y'all want me to break up Beatrice and Gabe, or I'm okay with either choice, honestly. Okay, we're gonna do Jen and Gabrielle right there. Yep. Go down and hit. And then we're gonna do Soul and Sincere. We have multiple devices, y'all. We can all that matters is that one whole couple goes, listen, I got this. And then he needs to go with Beatrice. Perfect. Okay, next device.
It's not this one, ain't it?
Okay.
It's just one.
Y'all, I'm hilarious, bro. Okay. I am so locked in about this vote, y'all. Hi, Gigi.
Hi. I love how my nigga Big C sitting there holding it down. I love it.
Yes, I'm glad I influenced you. I love this vote.
Okay, just hang tight, Maria, because my husband finally just got in too. It wouldn't let us in for almost an hour. He just got in. Y'all, we have one more hour. Listen, Ash. I literally used to
You
be
have to
tutoring
get
people in
off your Wi.
statistics.
It's easier if you get off your Wi-Fi. You have to stay in the app because my phone, I can open multiple apps at a time, and it was kicking me out once I got the verification code. Get off your Wi-Fi and stay in that app, and you hit the verify button over and over and over again until it gives you the code, and it will open up that screen. It's the network is overloaded. You just have to keep trying at it.
Okay, this one we're gonna do Jen and Corbin, Soul and Sincere, Kenzie. Okay.
While y'all doing that, can I say that my dog Casey came through?
He came
Listen,
My dog Casey came
through.
through. Bump y'all haters.
Still my number one.
y'all are hilarious. Hi,
My
Hi,
dog
Tina.
Casey came through.
Angie.
For all y'all
Oh, Gigi, I'm
doubters and
so
all y'all
happy he
haters,
came through. That was an apology. Yes, King. That's a black king right there.
Okay, y'all, I literally talked about it. Yes, it is working for people. So go in the app and vote if you have not.
Anika, what do
Casey
you
was Soul.
I'm
mean?
just on here real quick to say why the fuck is this not working for me? I'm stressed.
Go out and then go back in.
Okay, I
You
got my
gotta play with it,
iPad, I
girl.
got my daughter's phone, and I got my husband's phone. I'm ready to vote.
Wow,
Ready to
that sounds so
vote.
I
young.
should have
Daughter
used
and
my
husband.
dad's phone.
Oh yeah, I
Anybody,
sound young, but I'm
listen, y'all.
33, girl.
Don't
Damn.
worry about those one-off votes. Those are idiots, and it's not going to be enough of them. Okay, don't worry about it. We will prevail.
we
God damn
will.
it.
I
T-
don't know,
t-
man. I
One
feel
We're
like
down,
gonna
one
get
listen,
that
down.
demon
I
woman off
tipped
my
Tashig,
the
island.
scale.
we're voting
Ah,
Soul and somebody's asking what we voted. We're voting
Okay, so
Soul.
we are voting. Yes, we are voting Soul and Sincere. That is period. We can't pin it, Breezy, because we have a piano. You can't pin when you have piano.
yeah.
Soul and Sincere, that's a given. Okay. Then you have two other options, but these are the only two options you have. Okay. I'm gonna explain it for you, Memory. We're gonna either vote Jen and Corbin and Kenzie and Caleb, or you're going to vote Gabe and Jen and Beatrice and Caleb.
Caleb.
The
Mhm.
reason why you're voting that way is because you need an entire couple to be recoupled. so that only one islander, patient 0, is vulnerable. This way, production cannot throw a bone to the islanders and say, okay, now you decide from the bottom 2. We're not doing that shit.
Mm-hmm.
We're
Strategic.
keeping control.
I have to apologize
Period.
to you,
Use
Tina.
that
I
big
already
brain.
voted a long time ago. I didn't vote that way. I'm
Same.
Oh,
That's
sorry.
okay.
I
That's okay.
straggled, but I got so sincere. It's just the other
I
ones
didn't
I
get
didn't
that
think
part
it
right.
through. I didn't think it.
Did you
Yeah,
vote
I'm
up?
not even gonna lie to y'all. This is a strategy vote, not an actual
Yes.
connection
yes.
vote.
They let you
Same.
Yeah,
vote?
I get that part, but I voted connection.
But I also
Okay.
don't
I didn't
think that
know. You
Caleb
got on
really
life
likes
too late,
Kinsey
girl.
like
You got
that.
on life too late.
I
I'm
also
sorry,
don't
y'all.
think
Somebody
that
was like,
Caleb
I was
really
waiting
likes
on you to get
Kinsey
on
like
live
that.
to tell me
I
how to
don't think
vote.
so either, Bad.
Like, it wasn't giving that. It's giving, I'm just picking you because I know you really like me. So I'm going to go with it. But I don't
It
think he
gives
really
we're
likes her
white
like
and
that.
familiar.
Who?
What did we
I
say?
said
Caleb.
production's going to give us that 8.5 by 11. They're going to give it to us in that top 5. They're going to make it
They sure
happen.
did.
Okay, so listen, y'all. I
Can't lose
also do
dream
not
couple.
think, and then I'm gonna run through y'all. Okay, let me run through. Okay, I'm gonna tell you my votes one more time, and then we're gonna get into the couples.
Yes,
Okay,
strategy.
we are voting strategy this time around. Okay, strategy is sincere with soul. We don't. That's actually an actual coupling. Cool, that works. Okay, we don't care. We just need him out of that relationship with Melanie. Okay. Then strategy is going to give you 2 choices. Okay. Choice number 1, you're either voting to break up Kinsey and Corbin. So Kinsey with Caleb, Corbin with Jen, or you're going to break up Beatrice and Gabe. Okay. So Gabe with Jen, Beatrice with Caleb. You're only doing that for the sake of strategy this week, y'all. We're doing it so that the only person vulnerable is Melanie. We need patient 0 out of the villa. Okay?
Truly.
Y'all got that?
Let's not repeat
Immediately.
last year, y'all. Do
No
what's
If
best
you
sympathy
for the
if
vote.
you want
country.
Mel to stay, I was about to say something mean. Let me control
Do what's
myself.
best for the country. Stop trying to repeat last year.
Correct, y'all. Okay, the reason why I want patient 0 out is because a lot of people want to keep her in because they feel like, oh, it's drama. These are already
It's gonna
people
be
that are
drama
in
anyway.
a charged environment, emotionally escalated, isolated. They don't need no toxic drama. They already have regular drama. They already have regular drama. But see, the thing is, Mel actually doesn't dabble in male fields. Because if melodrama actually did dabble in male fields, she wouldn't have been whining and crying tonight. She'd have been standing on business and in some other man's face. She doesn't dabble in male
Exactly.
fields.
Very
She
weak.
pretends to dabble in them.
That's why she put her get
She
my
can
man
stand
back
on it,
outfit on.
Tina. Had she stood on it, I would have respected her more. Because honestly, I was entertained by the mess. But then she started backfiring, talking about something I didn't know. That's when I was like, "Oh, you lost me. Like you gained 1 point and then you lost it again." Because girl, stand up and like mean what you did. Because I was
Yeah.
living for it.
But that's why she
Listen,
put her I'm gonna get my man outfit back on. That's
I'm
why
gonna
I'm
get
gonna
she
go
my
did
up
man
that.
that
back
mountain.
today.
I'm gonna go up that mountain, and I'm gonna fight for my marriage.
Because are
So
That's
listen,
you?
y'all.
like
I'm
That's
gonna say
exactly what it
this.
gave.
I am not gonna spend my life telling y'all why I don't fuck with Melanie. I already have videos telling you why. She is not a relatable character to me. And I also do not perceive her as someone that is authentic, that stands on business, or that is like truly a bad bitch. Like she's cute, she's gorgeous, but she a little too weak sauce for me personally to enjoy her on my screen. And then that emotional instability, Bryce said, turn the villa upside down. No, thank you. I don't need last year again. No,
Hmm.
thanks. I want my islanders to have the best vacation of their lives and maybe find love with a little bit of drama, figuring out what's happening in their couple. That's it.
Yeah. And I'm not even gonna lie, like my beef with her is not even with her, to be honest. It's the fans that garner behind her.
Correct.
That's my issue. Not
Mm-hmm.
even her
Mm-hmm.
for real.
The
Cause like
drama is movie night,
yeah,
y'all.
she's a daily girl. Like you meet
Not
these
a
girls
patient.
everywhere. That's your colleague, that's your
Yes.
coworker, that's your sister. We all know these insecure girls. But the people that rally behind her and excuses this behavior and pretend not to know what's going on because they can relate to her, oh
They're sick
nah,
in the
y'all
head.
gotta go.
I
And
said
I
what
so
I
feel
that
like
said.
that's
Kenzie and Melanie are a duo of delusions, and I feel like
correct.
we've got to get one out right now.
And so here's the thing though, right? Like Kenzie is the Lulu, but she's also not fucking up other people's experiences, and she doesn't have a fan base that is being harmful to the larger public.
Mm-hmm.
I said what I said about the fan base. Listen, okay? And so for me, it also is the fans. Y'all are not y'all make the show insufferable. Y'all make the show not fun when you are doing shit like that. You know what I'm saying? When y'all are just excusing poor behavior, that's actually not fun to watch. Oh, where my other hair tie is. Will you give me another one? Yeah, but not a
And let me bring this up. That's why Anaya is getting on my nerves right now. Stop making excuses
Mm-hmm.
for that girl. Like everybody is
Oh
telling you
my God,
she's
yes.
doing too much and she's bringing down the vibe, and you're the only one that keeps on trying to excuse her terrible behavior.
That's
Stop
why I'm
doing
glad Bea
that.
clocked it at the table and said, no, her communication is flawed.
Yes.
clock it.
And y'all, if y'all want movie night and whatnot, they're not gonna do
Mm-hmm.
that with an unstable person. She's already
Listen,
unstable with something like this.
we didn't
I,
get movie night last
True.
year. We didn't get movie night last summer, and then we had 17,000 bombshells come in for, or not bombshells, 17,000 Casa people come in at one time. It was 85 people living in a goddamn villa together. They had to dump 35 at the same time. Like this, that is what fucked up the trajectory. They
Yep.
literally had to give us Casa because they
Mm-hmm.
was like, "Damn, these bitches is down bad. Let's get
Yep.
them Casa."
Can
Like
I
we're
get in
not
here
doing
real
that again.
can I get in here real quick because I just wanted to say something about what you just said,
Mm-hmm.
because I have been very intentional about how I was going to watch Love Island this season,
Mm-hmm.
because y'all know season 7 wore us the fuck out. We had PTSD, so I've been adamantly not watch like going to social media and listening to any kind of comments at all. I wanted to watch this in my own way, my own perspective, not having people tell me how to feel or any of that, because that to me is what made it very unbearable last season. Only because there was just so much information that I was a part of. I will own it in digging and finding things and looking at everybody's perspective, and it clouded my judgment in a lot of ways. And I realized that a lot of people, the Nicolandria ship, that the crack ship that we were on, was not the same when they got out. It was fun, it was lighthearted, and I wanted to just experience this the way that I do, with fresh eyes. And I'm seeing that a lot of people that have issues with the fan base of Nicolandria or Ola Dolls, it's not about them, it's about their fan base. And I don't want to be one of these people that solely, you know, is, watching people not like, something that I felt was real true love because they didn't like their fan base. And I feel like that a lot of this is going on. And so I have just been very, very intentional about not engaging in social media. This is probably one of the spaces that I will probably only speak in unless it's offline, because I tried to speak in a space where I thought it was safe. It was fun last year, and I had a comment that people in that space just ran me down. And even though I corrected my verbal usage of the word, it still was characterized and talked
Mhm.
about as if I was saying that. Fuck some of y'all. I'm so serious. Fuck some of y'all, because it's actually ridiculous and I'm tired of it. I'm ready to get back to it being fun. So, with that said, Melanie is Houdini 2.0. I'm seeing it very clearly, and I don't need the internet to fucking tell me a goddamn thing. We watched it in season 7, and just because you don't see it, you never wanted to see it in the first place. I'm sorry, I just had to get my shit off it in that, because some of the spaces and lives that I've been watching from outside the club is giving discourse all over again. There you go. That's it, bad. That's how I feel. That's
Tina, do
it.
you mean to post
Oh,
that
that wasn't
or?
even for you. That's Melanie.
Um,
This is
Oh, I thought
um,
that
Melanie.
was Tina. Oh
I'm,
shit.
I'm just saying that's how I feel. That's how I feel. I'm
No, this
sad.
is
I'm blue.
bad.
I am sadness right now. I am sadness right now,
I'm
y'all.
crying.
That's all I wanted
Bro.
to get in real quick, because this is crazy.
That was Melanie the whole episode, just walking around whining and crying to everybody.
I was
Sadness.
confusion just now. I'm like, did Tina post this? What's happening?
No, no. Okay, let me run through these couples and then we're gonna go through the panel top to bottom.
Yay!
Okay.
We got a new tap goal, Tina. 100K in 10 minutes.
100K in 10 minutes. So 20 after the hour, y'all. I'm gonna start with Casey and Anaya. I refused to get on
Woohoo! Oh, let me calm
live
down.
last night because I knew y'all was gonna do too much. I knew y'all was gonna do too much. And so I was like, I'm not getting on live. They're about to take that one sentence of him saying, I feel blessed, and they about to lose their goddamn minds all over the internet all night. So I didn't get on. But I wanted to reserve my judgment until I saw how they actually handled it today. Here's the thing. I know that you're not convinced, Anika. Here's the thing. Here's what I'm looking for. If they were my clients, right? If I was their clinician, what I'm looking for is he was able to receive the information, to self-reflect, right? Oh, you've never made me feel that way. Do you see how that's different? Yeah, I do see how that's different. He was able to self-reflect. He was able to take ownership. He still was honest. Yes, I do think she is attractive. Yes, if it is something there, then I will explore it, right? He didn't lie about that. And he offered her reassurance. And I'm just going to clock this for a second for y'all, and then I'm going to get off of it, okay? Did y'all notice how Anaya repeated to Casey that what Sincere told her was that Soul was his typical type, which we didn't hear Sincere say. Maybe Sincere did say that. What I think probably happened is that Anaya made that presumption based on him saying, that's what my ex looked like. And so for all of you all that could not figure out why that man would have been bigging her up as a dark-skinned Black woman, you're like, well, where did that come from? It feels like it's for no reason. It feels performative. It's probably because he's hearing and seeing something that we're not. Because you saw how she responded tonight about the light bright, right? And he almost interrupted her, but he stopped himself. He was like, no, like that's not my typical type. Like, that's not my typical type. So he is seeing and hearing things that you're not, which is why he gave that dear little Black girl speech to her. She needed it, right? Which is why she was feeling away. I also appreciated the next day check-in on her. Hey, how you feeling? Let me pull you. Let me talk to you. And now y'all can get up off of that whole like Anaya. Now, I do think that he likes her more than she likes him. I did think that to begin with. But I do think that she's growing to like him. And she said that tonight. So honestly, y'all, I feel like it was a just fine response. I feel like it was appropriate. It was honest. It was a level of accountability. It was an ability to reflect. There was another check-in. He is trying to reassure and repair with his partner. And I'm going to honor that, because ultimately the boy is what, 22, 23? He's the youngest boy there. Like, I'm gonna give him that. You know what I'm saying? It was a piss poor taste ass comment. It was. And I think he took good ownership of it and course corrected. So I'm gonna give him that. So Casey and Anaya, I like it for now. I continue to like it for now. Okay? I always reserve the right to change my mind. Melanie and Sincere is Dunzo. Duh. We already knew that, right? I told y'all it's going to be a time. While it's a time, but it is going to burn bright and it is going to burn out. Right? And that's what happened. I told y'all he was going to get fatigued. That's why he's like, Soul is a breath of fresh air, of course, because it's no drama. It's a breath of fresh air because she's not, because here's the thing, Sincere, you probably gonna be sick of her in 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's given, some of that might just be, you know what I'm saying? But also, to Beatrice's point, it's not that Sincere has poor communication. Now, he a liar, okay? He don't be telling the whole truth. He be bending that motherfucker, okay? But he does communicate. She apparently cannot. Well, y'all know why Sincere lied. Well, maybe you don't. So let me paint you a picture. Sincere, my perception, okay? Sincere lied. He didn't even want to tell her that he kissed the girl. He said, if she asks me, I will tell her. If she asks me, I will tell her. Now, because I'm a smart bitch and so are you, we're paying attention to everything that we heard tonight, okay? What we heard tonight was Bryce say he talked to one girl and she flipped the villa upside down. We heard that. We heard Beatrice say she has poor communication. They sat at that table, all of them talking about like the tension in the villa because of her, okay? And you also heard that she be cock blocking when it comes to connections with Sincere. That man didn't tell her because he knew what her response would be, that we just have not been able to be privy to. He said, no thanks, I'm going to hedge my bets. I'll deal with it at the reunion.
I was saying the whole scene, I was like, just give it up. Give it up. Be done. Because she's not even listening to you no more. Her ears turned off as soon as you said you kissed. Let it go. Move on.
So I think that he definitely just didn't want to deal with whatever the fallout was. I think that he knows that he wants to move around. I think he doesn't want to tell her that. I think he doesn't want to tell her that. I think he would rather Soul just pick him and be like, oh man, I can't help it. She picked me. That's what I think, right? And I don't think she'll even be there for a movie night, y'all. If I have anything to do with this, she will not, right? And they will hash it out at the reunion. Good for them, right? Okay. That's Melanie and Sincere. Zach and Kata. The way that man slept on what the fuck he said and woke up the next morning like, goddamn. I done locked myself up. He said, I'm locked up. I need to get out. Okay. He was like, yeah, actually,
Buyer's
I don't want to be
remorse.
closed off.
Quick.
Can I slide something in there real
He
quick?
said, retreat,
'Cause
retreat.
I want to hear your opinion, Tina. Can I slide something in there real quick?
Yeah.
Zach did Decatur, which y'all been preaching that KC was gonna do to Anaya.
Whoop, whoop. But
He
see
put
how
it
it ain't
on
no
the
big see how it
peel.
ain't no big discourse about it. You see how they play?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
He wants out on good behavior. Immediately.
Them Bambi eyes was stoic all day. He was thinking about that.
Mm-hmm.
He said it and then laid down in the bed and was like, oh my Lord. Oh my Lord, what did I get myself into? He immediately knew that he shouldn't have said that shit. Okay. And I think that Kata is wrong. I think that he pulled the blondie, but it was Saul who he said like her body was banging. I think he likes Kata, and I think Kata very much likes him. But he did too much with that. I told them basically I'm closed off. Like, what? It's week 1, baby. Relax. And then he immediately had to walk that shit back. Now, what I will give him is at least he sat her down and walked the shit back, right? He didn't let himself figure out a way to sabotage it, to make her want to go away, or he just sat her down and was like, actually, my bad. I did too much too soon. Right? And so I can appreciate the fact that he chose to have a conversation about it. I'm gonna
slow
give him
down,
that.
Savannah. Savannah, slow down. Savannah, slow down.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Bryce and Trinity. Y'all want me to move for them real bad.
Wait,
I'm
why do
sorry.
I feel like they can
alone
make
for
it to
this
the end?
episode. Just for this
Tina.
episode, Tina, I need you to leave
Yes.
XOXO Gossip Girl alone, please.
I am ready.
Tina, just close your eyes to the age
Yeah.
gap. Just close your
I
eyes.
already
No, that's
said
not
I will
even
not.
that.
that.
For a
I
Tina,
will not
minute.
Tina,
bully
just give me
me.
this episode.
I
Just
will
this
not be
episode.
bullied.
Leave XO Gossip Girl alone for
You
this
Y'all,
gotta
episode.
Living
break
delusion,
them up
please.
like plates at a Greek wedding. I'm so sick of it.
Sevens,
listen.
no.
They are very cute friends, okay? Bryce is definitely giving one of the girls, okay? And I like that for him with her.
Too.
No.
I like him as the homegirl and the homegirl alone, okay? Listen, y'all are not going to convince me, listen, that it's anything other than friendly when they never even open their mouths when they kiss. Y'all,
Didn't Trinity say like us when she was
Turtle
talking about like
tongue. Yeah.
chemistry? She said like us. Like I don't see that, but I see like just hold on to each other until
Y'all need to
later.
start paying
correct.
attention to Trinity and what she's saying. Y'all
But
need to
wait a
start
And I'm
paying
second.
okay with
attention.
Trin
that.
says she don't like
But
to
she
kiss.
changed her mind.
Look, I already
She
got a
said she
nickname
don't
for
like to
her.
do all that kissing. She did say she
Yeah.
doesn't like to do all that kissing. But y'all, it's not romantic. Let them just be friends, y'all.
No,
Listen,
Tina,
this,
no.
I'm
I
gonna
know,
listen.
but she was willing to
Listen, let me
slob
finish.
down
Let me
daddy.
finish.
I'm
Let
sorry,
me
girl.
finish. Listen, this is what I be saying about like people like y'all. It is a such thing as boys and girls being friends without it being romantic. It's okay that they're really fucking vibing with each other and having a good time with each other and feel safe with each other and are fucking with each other heavy. And like, that's my man's, you know what I'm saying? Without it being romantic.
Can I just
And I think that that's okay.
Can I just say that though that's true, if they get to the final together, I'm gonna vote for them. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
I mean, I would vote for a friendship couple. I'm not mad at a friendship couple. But y'all, you're never gonna get me to ship a 22
Well,
and a 29-year-old.
at
It's
least
never gonna
we're
happen.
not genuinely confused as what we're seeing right now. I
Yes.
think they're being very honest about what's happening,
Yes.
very platonic. And I feel like, okay, I like platonic more than melancholy, and I'll take it.
Correct.
Hmm.
I'm
Correct.
only
I
voting
like
for
And
them
XOXO
if
Gossip
Casey
Girl
and
this
Anaya doesn't make
episode,
it.
and I
Oh, y'all
can I
comments are off. Y'all didn't hit the tap goal. Thank you for the reminder,
can I just add this quick about
Brittany.
Trinity and Bryce?
Let me
Like, I
finish running
don't.
through all the couples, please, and then
Oh,
I'm gonna let
okay,
y'all have
okay.
it, y'all. Let me finish. Y'all so excitable. Listen, okay, so Trinity and Bryce, I'm never moving for 7 years, y'all. I'm sorry, not sorry. It's always gonna be too much to me. I'm not moving for it. You know what I'm saying? But I would happily have them be a friendship couple all the way to the end if they wanted to. I think that Trinity is there to have a great summer, and I love that for her. Okay. Next couple. Corbin and Kenzie, are they even? I feel like they're not even really on the island for real.
Just two freaky frogs.
Corbin is
Just
giving,
nasty.
beautiful gowns, and I also just don't. I thought it was interesting that he said neither one of the girls that came in were his type, because literally one of those girls looks just like Kenzie but with bigger boobs. Like, I don't. What's the difference? No shade.
And prettier
So,
than Kenzie.
so what do you mean?
The eyes
Neither one
aren't
of them are your
scary.
type, right? And I don't know if that's like real or if he feels like that's the safest thing to say. But right now, I'm not seeing them really do anything other than kiss on each other. And like, that's great. But obviously, they're not giving like actual relationship to me right now. Who's the next couple? Gabe and Beatrice. Gabe was pissing me off this episode because he was clearly moving for Blondie over Beatrice. And I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad about that. What I'm mad about is I feel like now you're acting weird with Beatrice because y'all spent the last however many nights sucking each other's face. And I don't know if y'all noticed, but every single couple went to sleep except for fucking Corbin and Kenzie. All them ones that be sucking on each other's face every goddamn night was sleep. And then Gabe and Beatrice, y'all used to be sucking each other's face all day too. And we didn't see that either. Now, maybe we just didn't get it in the edit. I don't know. But I noticed that when they were having that conversation and he was laying on the lounger, his body was not giving turn toward. It was not engaged. It was sort of just like here with you. And I didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? You can be interested in someone else without also treating Beatrice weird. But shout out to Beatrice for being like, listen, if that's all it takes to move him, then he ain't mine anyway. I'm not tripping. Like, Bea definitely gonna stand on some business every time about herself. Like, the confidence is just out of this world. That said, obviously, I'm sure it probably hurts her feelings. Like, of course, it's painful, right? Duh. But she is definitely not going to let that mean something about her because of that, right?
Tina, can I say something real quick?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm sorry. I just wanted to say that they reached their goal, and I'm for the people.
Okay, free the people, Gigi. Free the people. Okay. Is that all the couples, y'all? Who am I forgetting?
That's it. Unless you want to
That's
talk
it.
about the bombshells. Did you want to talk about them? Okay.
I will tell you this about the bombshell. Okay, here's what I'll say about the bombshells. So gorgeous. Okay, gorgeous,
Mhm.
gorgeous girl. But for me, none of the bombshells are giving bombshell, to be honest. And I talked about it in my group chat, but like Kata, for me, even Gabe, to be honest, made sense as a bombshell because Kata has such a siren energy and Gabe was so passion, just this sort of like lustful, big sexual tension. I didn't feel that with any of the three of them. No shade. Beautiful people to look at, but I didn't feel bombshell energy. You know what I'm saying?
Wait,
Um,
Tina, can I ask, did anyone
yeah.
else get a melanation slash carbonation energy from Soul Peace Reflections? Am I nuts? Just a
What's
little
that
bit.
What you
mean?
mean?
What does
Right.
that mean?
Oh, y'all don't know about Nature Boy?
Fuck no, I
No.
don't know about no
Is
nature
that that?
boy.
What?
Who is
What?
that?
Wow.
Is
Continue
that one of them?
watching the YouTube version, okay?
Is that
I'm
one of
not
The
them
gonna
cult,
polygamy
never.
families?
the
I'm
cult
Is
not
he
leader
a
watching that.
polygamist?
I'm
They
sorry.
it was so much deeper than that,
He's a
but
cult
long story
leader, ain't he?
short,
isn't
yes,
he in prison?
Oh
very much
yeah, I'm
so.
Yes,
good.
but
Yes,
but
child.
just a little bit of just a tiny bit of Peace Reflections. Am I wrong?
I
I
think
feel
she
that.
just
I
gives
take that.
kind
I
of
take
like
that.
No,
I don't give that.
whimsical,
I don't get that.
like
I don't know his language. I'm sorry.
Zodiac girl. I don't know. I don't
I
know
don't
what
know
that's
because I don't know
called.
anything about it. But to the comment, exactly correct. It was not giving Calvin. I feel like I might have said that wrong. Correct me. It didn't feel like I'm taking your man energy. I'm taking your girl energy. It was not giving that. Soul quite literally said like I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, Jen literally said like I hope the girls like are excited to see me and like me, ultimately I am here to like take one of their men. Like they gave more like maybe they should have come on as casa people in my opinion.
Even the video that Soul's friend made, she said, I don't know why she's a bombshell. She gives OG energy. She doesn't
She
really
did
give that
say
because she's
that.
a lover girl.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I
so
agree with you.
this is not shade, y'all. I will say she was kissing down. I will say she was definitely doing her job, but honestly, no shade, Alti. Anybody that was a light bright and attractive was gonna do the job with Sincere. He's ready to go.
Yep.
Okay? He
Seriously.
is a hot and ready fucking Little Caesar pizza. He's ready to get the fuck, okay? So literally
Tina, can I ask you a
anybody would have
question?
did the job.
Can I ask you a question now? For me,
Yes.
Soul gave grown woman energy. That's what she gave is grown woman. So I didn't read it like that. I just felt like, she knows who she is. She's very confident. And she also doesn't want to hurt people, even though that's her job. She's willing to do her job. But I think I got the feeling that she was, just showing complicated feelings around being a bombshell.
But then that's why I feel like you're not an appropriate bombshell. I feel like you can be a Casa girl, but you're not a bombshell then, right? Because a bombshell, Kata didn't come in there giving a fuck about how nobody felt. Kata had bombshell energy.
But everybody doesn't respond differently. I don't know. I liked her.
I didn't say I dislike her. I said I didn't think she had bombshell energy. Those are two separate things. I don't think any of the bombshells have bombshell energy, right? I don't think they made sense as bombshells. It's not about me liking or disliking them. I just didn't think that they fit in the same way that like Gabe or Kata fit, because Gabe and Kata definitely are people that have like that energy of like, I'm coming in big presence. And that is not what I got from any of them. They all three kind of seemed like, like, oh, like, hi guys, like, thanks for the tour. Like, it was just giving, like they want to be friends. No shade. That's not shady.
Caleb
I'm just
doesn't have
saying.
any chat either. He just has more than Corbin.
Yeah, honestly,
Correct.
I just feel like a lot of what we've witnessed in the previous seasons probably play a big role in them coming in a little bit more hesitant than what we've seen in previous seasons.
I disagree. I think it's just the casting.
Yeah, I think it's just who
I
they
think
are.
it's just
people,
poor casting for
especially because of
bombshells.
especially because of what her best friend said about her. Like, that's just, she doesn't get, her best friend said she doesn't get bombshell energy. Like, that's not what would make the most sense for her. I think that's just her disposition, And maybe casting chose it that way. Maybe they wanted to shake up the way bombshells come into the villa. I don't know. Maybe they wanted it to be a lighter end. Because I really actually enjoyed watching the girls, like Trinity walk the girls around. Trinity and Beatrice walk the girls around and give them a tour. I enjoyed that. And it is very different. You know what I'm saying? And like, maybe that's what production wanted.
Compared to the name calling and the awkward and uncomfortable feelings that perhaps happened in the villa last year, not that we're mentioning that poor season, but maybe they thought, let's come in lighter because we just saw someone walk around saying, give me 10, and we've got to bring some new people in here,
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotta give the
I also
audience 20 to get over her 10.
I also do think, though, y'all, that either way, Trinity was going to be receptive to anyone that came in the villa because, again, Trinity is there for a good time, period, full stop. I think even if Bryce's head was being turned, I think she would be okay with that. She's like, I'm fine with Bryce exploring, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, she is there to have a good time. You know what I mean? So I think that Trinity would have moved like that with anybody that came to that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? She is literally 7th letter. She is at adult summer camp for real.
Are we clear about what Trinity's type is? I think I missed that.
Fun.
Oh, okay. So I'm not the only one. Okay.
Fun.
He ain't in the
Trinity's
villa
type,
yet.
Trinity's type is safety in the villa.
Yes.
I think her real type
can I
is
give
a
y'all my
YN.
rundown?
She from Newport News, Virginia.
Yeah, I have worked there. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Oh,
Let me give y'all my rundown. Are we running
Bryce
down
is
here?
okay. Hold on, Jesse. Bryce is fun because they lay and kiki together. They doing nails together. They're like having a good time. She's hanging out with
They're
her homie.
queening out. Let's be for real. They're queening out
And
together.
can I also say this to the people that are shipping Bryce and Zach? I looked for it on last night's episode, and honestly, I think it's more Zach to Bryce than it is Bryce to Zach. And I kind of actually was like, I want you to kind of stop that, Zach, because it's given that you're being a little bit forward and a little bit more aggressive about it. It doesn't feel reciprocal. It is usually Zach to Bryce, and that actually feels a little odd.
Right. I saw that too.
It's true.
He stayed humping
And I
on
need y'all
him.
to clock that.
Wait, but
He was
wasn't
humping
Aaron
on
like
him.
that with Rob? Like, could it just be a cultural thing from like across the pond?
Of course it could be, but I'm just saying to the people that are shipping them, I want y'all to be able to clock that you're not seeing reciprocity. You're seeing a one-sided advance, and not that I'm saying it actually is sexual or that it's romantic, but I'm saying y'all are not watching people do that mutually. You're watching one person do it, and y'all should actually not ship that. That's a little bit weird, guys. You shouldn't be trying to make that a relationship thing. Like, just let them be friends, y'all. Okay?
And Bryce never has a
I don't know.
response.
Give
Either
me a
he kind of
throuple and I'm
laughs or just
good.
Enough,
ignores it.
Gigi.
Y'all
Exactly.
leave me alone.
Exactly. That's my point. He never really seems like he's so in it with him. It almost
Yeah.
is like a, like, sort
Yeah.
of like, to me, it's not, yeah, to me, it's not a, y'all might need to pay attention to whether or not that feels
It's not
invasive or not.
romantic.
Well, I
Well, not even
mean,
that it's romantic. Y'all might need to pay attention to whether or not Bryce might feel like that's more invasive than y'all think it is.
you think
Yeah,
maybe
for
he's
a few
giving
episodes prior,
Bryce a taste of his own medicine from when he was in the bed with them and Kate with him and Kata.
Gigi played too much.
Like, hey, can I join?
Cause
Y'all are
like
saying that
ever since then, he's been overly going. Like, what happened?
y'all are saying that Zach is not giving his own couple enough attention. But y'all tell me who y'all ever see Zach and Kata with outside of each other, and occasionally Bryce or Trinity. Who are they ever with
Nobody.
other than each
Nobody.
other?
I
They're on
mean,
an island on their own.
They're
truly.
on an island on the island.
Yes.
Okay, Gigi, I'm gonna run you down. I'm gonna run us down, y'all. Gigi, give me your thoughts. We're gonna keep it tight and right, y'all. Okay.
Absolutely. So Pistachio, don't start with me. I do like Bryce and Trinity for a good kiki. I like them for funsies. I want them to keep just being funsies. As long as they keep it funsies, I'm great. I hold on. Shut your black ass up. Sit down.
Not Sincere's defense lawyer,
Sorry,
please. Why are y'all doing this already? It is week 1.
Pistachio. Sorry. So I like them for a fun time. And shut the fuck up. If I take your ass outside. No, you can't fight. Sorry.
I already see Gigi's lips saying that thing to that dog.
Get on my damn nerves. So I like them for a fun time. Absolutely love them. Y'all free my nigga, excuse me, free my ninja KC from all y'all haters and doubters because he handled that beautifully. Handled that mess beautifully. I think he was very honest. He was very direct. Zach was actually giving what y'all thought KC was gonna do. With his, oh yeah, baby, we all good, and then changing his mind. um he sat up there and he validated that girl's feelings. He reflected, like Tina said, and then he was very, very honest. But he's been honest from the jump with her. And I felt like the conversation that she repeated from Sincere, for me, and I said this I think in our group chat, that like I felt like her insecurities were bleeding into the conversation, and that's why we heard the, oh, she's exactly your type and you were going to pursue her. And I felt like her insecurities were bleeding into that conversation. And so I'm glad he took a minute to like pause and really listen to her rather than interrupting, and like recentering her and validating her in that. I absolutely love that about them. My girl Bea, big Bea player, please get away from pheromone demon. Because what do you mean? What do you mean my girl Soul was out there kissing this man, could taste his pheromones? Like, that's nasty. Like, she literally went yuck and wiped her mouth. Wiped her mouth. It went yuck because that's gross. Like, you are disgusting. That man can stay on the island temporarily until I get that melunatic out of there, because I can't with her lying. Like, why would you lie in people's faces like that and say, oh, I didn't know your hands were all up in his bundles, tangled in that man's bundles? Talk about, well, I don't
I
even
really
know because
didn't
they
know it
kiss the
was
same.
him.
Everybody. That's why Bryce had to keep them shades on, because he can't fix his face for shit. He was like, bitch, I know you ain't sit up here lying. I know you ain't sit up here lying through your damn teeth. Because even KC told her, be for real, you knew who it was. And KC's the most chill person there. But you sit up here lying, which is why I don't mind. That's why I don't mind Soul and Sincere terrorizing the shit out of that girl. They were absolute menaces tonight, and I lived for it. I lived, darling, lived for it. Because what do you mean you up here lying and you know you play too much? Bryce was like, Buddy is like only 5'8" and he's skinnier than me. What do you mean? Just lying for no reason. And they're talking about, oh, well, maybe I do play too much and I don't know the difference. No, you were salty. You did that shit because you sat there and you did that shit because you realized that you were trying to get your get back for being mad still about the whole Kata situation. That's all that was. And standing your shit. Like I'm saying, I don't mind her playing games if she stood in her shit. She doesn't. Y'all want her to be, not y'all, obviously, because y'all are smart, but so many people want her to be a queen bee so bad. You can't be a queen bee and not stand on your shit. Like y'all putting her on a throne. Like you can't shine shit, people. It's a very old adage. You can't shine shit. And that's what y'all be trying to do with her. And I'm just fucking over it. Um, I need somebody to come in for my Bea. And Corbin and Kenzie, somebody give them a dinghy. Give them a dinghy so they can just paddle off that island quietly into the night. Because they just, I don't know what's wrong with them. Um Corbin just gives me the ick. He just gives me the ick because again, he's a Miami Jet. Kenzie, the clam slam queen, um, her and Caleb. I'm gonna finish on this note. I think that they are a match made on an Aryan poster, and I'm gonna leave it at that.
Y'all, I know that Caleb and Beatrice are random. This is a strategic vote. You need to vote so that only one Islander is vulnerable, aka patient zero, because we cannot deal with her fan base all season, y'all. We can't. She has to wrap it up and get out of the villa, and they can love her while she is home.
Exactly. That being said, there's a new tap goal. Y'all have 10 minutes to get to 175. There's 423 in you in here. 10 minutes to get to 475. That's 50 after the hour. Get to going.
Kalalalalale. Or no, not you. Love. If they vote Kenzie and Caleb, that's fine. But then you have to vote Corbin and Jen. You need to, it is strategic. Okay, the vote is strategic. Not everybody is voting KC and Soul because everybody in this damn live voted Soul and Sincere. So not everybody.
Why would people
Maybe the
be
people
voting
you
for
see in your
them?
timeline. That's it. Okay. Bad, please give me your thoughts, boo.
Well, first, let me start by saying this is how I know this is a vacuum sealed space because all the smart people come in here and I don't know what's going on with everybody else. Because who's voting for KC and Soul? I'm sorry, what? Anyway, to my thoughts. Nasty Gabe. Keep that tongue in your mouth and walk yourself onto a plane because I'm over him. I can't stand him. Why is his tongue out all the time? Like, just does it ever stay in? It has to be dry. I mean, I'm confused. I love that Soul and Sincere are terrorizing that girl. I'm sorry, I do. I do because she's been acting a fool this whole time, and anytime anybody does one little thing, all of a sudden she's throwing a fit. Like Bryce said, turning the villa upside down. Like, girl, you got the nicest guy in the villa ready to see you gone. What's wrong with you? Well, other than Casey, she has to go. I'm tired of her. Bea, I'm so glad she's staying on her neck. She does not get up off her. Like, I need everybody to be on this same energy. Anaya, you're my girl, but you are getting on my nerves so bad. Why do you keep trying to make excuses for the mental patient? Let her go. Like, everybody's telling you. Everyone is telling you that she is a problem. Even Casey was like, girl, you're biased. Because she is. Like, it's really an issue. I need her to stop playing therapist and start paying attention to what she has going on. Oh, who else? Caleb and Kenzie are also giving 23andMe. They're giving siblings are dating. Like, like Gigi said, that's Hitler's dream couple. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. Corbin, please get out my villa. And why did I hear earlier there are videos going around of him picking up little people? Oh my god. Oh my god. I need him out. I need him out.
What? That's insane, bro.
You might have to come back to me, because my god. What?
Wait, have y'all not seen the videos?
Who does that?
No.
I'm sending it to you, Tina. Hold on.
Send it to the.
Send it,
Thank
please.
you.
Who does that? It's like that lady that went to the airport and picked and asked the little person if they wanted to ride on her suitcase to their gate. What are we doing? What are we doing? Please. I need him gone. I need, like, the only guys I like, to be honest, are Bryce and Casey. Everybody else, actually, Sincere's okay. Everybody else
like
can
Sincere.
get up out my villa. Like, I like Sincere. I'm sorry. Yes, he's a liar, but guess what? Guess what? He's lying to my least favorite person. So I don't have too much to say. I don't have too much to say. Am I missing anybody else? Trinity, that's my girl. I like Trinity. I love her and Bryce's little gossip sessions, because that would be me. I love a good gossip. Also, him not being able to control his face, hilarious. Like, the way he clogged Melanie's tea, I need them to stay forever. Whether that's as a couple or not, I need them here the whole season. I think that's all. I don't know.
Okay, I see y'all's comments. Number one, Anaya likes nuance. That is not at all what that is about. Anaya, she said, "Am I the outlier?" And everybody at the table said yes. Anaya is failing to see because she does not want to see, because I'm going to keep reminding y'all, she works in the nonprofit industry and she thinks that that girl is a client, and she's not. Okay? She's not a client. She does not need your charity, right? So number one, let's start there. And then to the people that were like, "Oh, you like a liar." Here's my thing. I like Sincere, because, to be honest, Sincere hasn't done anything for me to dislike him. Now, he's done some things for me to be like, the fuck? But not to dislike him, just to not like things he does. You know what I'm saying? But I'm also not really that mad at him not telling that girl the whole truth, y'all, because, again, clearly the villa is seeing something that we don't see. Because they all had strong feelings about that girl that y'all got to hear tonight for the first time. You know what I'm saying? And so for me, I have no idea how she might react. And so I'm okay with it if it's like in self-defense or in like villa defense, honestly. You know what I'm saying? She needed 10 just from Beatrice saying, "Hey, you know, that was a little bit excessive." She needed 10 for that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what she would need if he said, "No, I don't want to explore you anymore, and I'm vibing with Soul, and, you know, I'm good on us." Like, I don't know what she would need if that happened. So I'm not going to give him too much flack around that, because I don't know what they know that I don't. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, Lauren, please give me your thoughts, my love.
All right, hey y'all. Okay, so first I loved how when the bombshell came in, Trinity did the opener with like, "So how do you feel about blondes with blue eyes?" I just liked her directness with Caleb. Like, she's so fun. Um, I think I like Zach and Kata. I think they kind of like each other, but I do think he got a little bit of buyer's remorse. And I also think that he was in his feelings about that challenge, right? Like, he kept mentioning like wrapping the legs around. And that's the thing, like, it's a challenge and you may have been in your feels about it. But then I also know that Kata seems like a tit for tat gal, and I like that. Like, if you can play, I can play too. But I think they like each other. When I voted wrong. I did Zach and Jen, but I just didn't know who to put her with. I know.
It's okay.
Um,
It's okay.
and then on my other notes, I put Sincere, free yourself, and then Further down, I put I like that Sincere said that he felt disrespected and embarrassed. I think it's crazy that Melanie was pretending like she didn't know who was who. I literally wrote in caps, girl, girl, in her way. Girl, girl, because let's stop. Let's just stop it. I also think that with Casey and Anaya, I put sorry, bro, you hurt her feelings. Even though he's allowed to explore, I appreciate Anaya's vulnerability and I appreciate him reassuring her. I'm shipping them. And I also think they're like so cute together. Both of their bodies are just banging. I also appreciated Casey being like, now be for real, Melanie. Like, we can't do this. The playing in my face is wild. I think Soul and Sincere are going to be a good match because he again released Sincere. And let's see, who am I missing? Oh, Corbin and Kenzie. Is it just physical? I don't know. I don't care. I think that's really the reality of it. I don't care. And I wish I did, but I don't. I feel as if I can barely I I don't I collectively, I think that they could read a book at a first grade level. Like that's what the vibe I'm getting, and I'm just over it. Bless his heart. And I also didn't like again his facial expressions towards Anaya. So it's just giving desperate. I don't really even think you like Kenzie. So whatever, whatever, whatever. Okay. After patient zero, I think following that, no, actually freaked out Gabe can go because I just feel like I feel like he makes me itch just by the way he's moving. Even the way he was talking to Jen, the bombshell, trying to teach her Portuguese. Wait, is it Portuguese?
Yeah,
Was that the language?
Portuguese.
All to
Yeah.
get some tongue. Like, are you saying that nobody touches you? Are you? I mean, I understand tactile people, but my God, Gabe, it's too much. Love Island, I'm not a prude, but what's happening here? Same for Kinsey. Do you even like Corbin, or is it just you can't close your mouth in general because you just sit there with your mouth open? I'm shocked that a bug hasn't flown in there in the week that you've been in Fiji. But is it to help you by sucking on Corbin's face? Because what is this? I've just got questions. And then last thing, for the end of Sincere and Melanie, I thought bumper cars for sure because that was the song playing in the background. I want us to collectively release us from um, just give me 10. I'm so happy for that. And she should walk out of the villa and make that a thing. But I think she's really got to get the fuck out the villa. And I think that's all I got. Thanks, y'all.
Okay, Gigi put y'all into comment purgatory. Gigi, do you have a goal for them?
Sorry, it looks like they met the goal. The goal was 150K, so they got it.
Okay. Okay. Quick thoughts, and then I'm going to Angie. Very, very quick thoughts. Number one, Kenzie needs to stop calling all the men of color animals. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. Why are they all fucking lions and you're a gazelle and you're being hunted by them? That's not weird. That's weird,
Oh
girl.
my god, yeah.
I'm
And
tired of
I
all
think
of it.
we also saw a very stark difference when Soul was describing Sincere, and she was like, "Oh, your hair, it's like so regal." He was like Braveheart, which is maybe he was talking about the movie. I thought he was talking about the lion, but maybe he was talking about the movie. But she was like, "Yeah, like one of those people, like on a like horse, like she,
Like a
it was
hero.
still humanized. You know what I mean? Like a warrior, sort of
Yeah,
like
a
you
hero.
know." A hero, yeah. And so I noticed that difference. The other very quick thing that I want to name, I think that Soul and Sincere are going to be great together as long as Melanie is not still there.
Yes,
That
I
was part of
agree.
what I was gonna say. If they like disconnect, it's gonna be because she keeps driving a wedge in between them, and one of them
Agreed.
is gonna get sick of it.
Very agreed.
I don't I don't even y'all I'm not even I mean, yes, maybe the wedge, but I'm not even talking about the wedge. I'm talking about how she's going to react. because I
For that
think that
too, yeah.
Yeah, that's
overwhelmingly,
what I was talking about.
She
yeah.
gonna blow up and drive away. Like do little shit like every time they're doing something. I want to be partnered with Sincere. Or try to sit by him or just overly
She's gonna mess up the
ignorant
vibes.
shit that's gonna make somebody want to pop off on her ass. She's gonna do if she
She's gonna
doesn't like blow up like with anger, she's gonna do little nitpicky side bitch that's still my man type shit.
That's
she's gonna make
okay,
the
He
cause
gonna
she that's
always
atmosphere
be
of the
okay,
villa
honey.
very
y'all.
heavy.
That's
Like the
okay,
whole
cause she gonna
atmosphere
ask
of
for
it all
another
is gonna be
10.
heavy.
That's okay, cause she gonna ask for another 10. So gonna give her 2 piece, and they gonna have to call 12. It's okay.
How long's the flight from
No,
here to Fiji? 15 hours? Give her 15. How about that?
give her 15. We don't want nobody giving her 2 piece because we need all the rest of them to stay. But I will say, well, I guess it depends on who does it. You know, maybe if it's Jen or Kenzie. But like other than that, yeah. I I I wonder, I feel like this is a guarantee. I feel like Soul and Sincere are like a guarantee couple up. And so, yeah, I don't want her to still be there after it happens because oh my god, can y'all imagine her fan base? Can y'all imagine her fan base after that? Like, no, wrap it up. She's gonna be the perpetual victim. I don't want to do it. Angie, please give me your thoughts, my love.
Hi guys. All right, let me just start by saying today was great. Today was a good day. I had so much fun. And let me just give it up for Casey. That's a black king right there. That apology, the way he made sure to keep checking on her all day to make sure that they're good, I loved it all. I was gushing, blushing, and all of the good stuff. I'm happy Anaya was very open about how she felt because a lot of the time I feel like she's not. She goes to other people and tell them how she feels, but this time she was like ready to approach him and let him know. That's how I know that she likes the man. I think they like each other a lot. Um, Beatrice and Gabriel. Somebody need to come pack up Gabriel. I can't. And I fear he might have halitosis because why did homegirl react like that after she kissed him? What happened? What happened? I was so confused. Anyway, I don't want to shame the man. Next thing you know, they're gonna block me out of here. Let's move on. Kata and Zach. I think Zach really liked Kata, but I feel like he has some. What was the word? I said it earlier. It's like he's scared of liking people too much. I fear because it's like he has the feelings, but the moment that he realizes that he does, he pushes away the person, and I feel like that's what he's doing with Kata. Not that he should have never said the words closed off at all, but I fear that he's pushing her away because he's realizing that he likes her, like her. I'm like, oh well. All right, Kenzie and Corbin, y'all. Shit, they might come for me. Her fans might come for me. Guys, for a second there, I was watching it on my phone, and I was on the bus on my way to my house, and at some point I said out loud in the bus, I think this girl is dumb. I'm not. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I should have said it, but it's like what's happening in Kenzie's head every time she's having a conversation. The conversation makes me feel stupid because what's going on? She doesn't put two and two together, and then she never understands when people are saying something. What do you mean? I don't really get it. I'm like, oh my god, the conversations always sound so stupid when she's in it. It's like, girl, you got a nursing degree. How? But let's move on. This is not. I don't want them to come for me. Don't come for me, y'all. Melanie and Sincere. I made a TikTok about that. I said they either crash and burn or they push through, and they've reached the part where they crash and burn, and they gotta let it go. The people have to let it go as well. Like it's not even healthy for y'all girl. Y'all claim to like her so much. It's not even healthy for her. She's spiraling in front of you guys' eyes, but you guys put this quote unquote thing that you guys like her. You guys don't like her and you don't care about her mental health. This is not working for her. Set her free. Not even Sincere. Set her free. It's not working for her. Um, Trinity and Bryce. Ooh. Tina's gonna side eye me, but hey, I'm in it, y'all. I'm in it. That's my second favorite couple. I'm in it. Not even. I don't care about no friendship vibes. I like it. I like what I'm seeing. All right. I know. Tina's not fun. It doesn't like it, but it is what it is. Yeah, yeah. That's basically all I had to say, y'all. That's basically all I had to say. Vote Anaya and Kenzie. The next person can go.
Yeah, listen, I love them as a friendship couple. Also, another thought. Oh, that's so cutesy. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Kata, Trinity, Beatrice, Anaya,
Mm-hmm.
friends,
Yes.
right? And then honestly, I feel like Kenzie and Melanie were very close, but I feel like we're getting way less of them these days than
Right.
before. It felt like Kenzie was kind of moving more toward Anaya, and Melanie was moving, I don't know where.
By herself.
Listen, it's not about it being Friendship Island, but we can notice the friendships. And the reality is, you do need allies on the island, y'all. You
You
do.
do.
Otherwise, you don't get voted to stay.
Yeah, I'm
You
tired
do
of them
need people to
saying
like
that.
you.
A lot of people that didn't get dumped, it's their friendship that saved them. It's allegiance. If
Yep.
you guys don't like the word friendship, go with allegiance.
Notice
Right.
Alandria stayed last
You need
season. She
allies.
had no connections at the time.
Yeah, you need
They
allies.
loved her.
Janae.
Yep.
Janae. Yep. Also,
Liz.
yeah, you know what? Shello, you're not wrong. We are getting a lot of Anaya and sincere content, but I think it's just about them showing the friendship. What I also think it's about, if I'm honest, y'all, oh shit. If I'm honest, y'all, I also think it's partially about them wanting to show his communication skills. I think it's about them wanting to show he knows how to talk about his feelings when he's in a regulated space with someone. Because tonight you got to see in that conversation with Melanie, he had to go, because she wanted to interrupt him. And so I think it's about them showing like he knows how to communicate well. I think that they, listen, they choose to highlight things for a reason. I also think that they are choosing to ingratiate Anaya to us. Not that we don't already love Anaya generally, right? But I think they are showing like she is a confidant. She is someone that, people can go to and rely on and trust. I do want to clock for y'all though that she was like, I don't know if you saw Beatrice, that gay like, Anaya, you are not beating the allegations, girl. Here you go with the tea again.
She's nosy as hell. I love it though.
Just ratting everybody out. She's a
She's
snitch.
nosy as hell.
She's like, I don't know if you know, but girl, I'll make sure you hear it from me first.
I'm like, damn, Kenzie might have been right.
Anaya said, I'm about to know
She's
everything.
the charade of
in
the
this
season.
motherfucker.
She's the bone collector.
I think my favorite part was like poor freaking Cynthia talking about something. Don't tell him I told you. She's gonna go right to her man, like, and I'm like, Kenzie, why would you tell? I mean, Cynthia, why would you tell her, bro? That's her man. She gonna tell him. She went
She
right
was
over
gonna bring it
there.
up.
She said, I heard, and he said.
And the
Oof.
other thing I want to name too about Anaya and Sincere is that he was the first person on the island, not the only one anymore, but he was the first person on the island that we heard ask her, and how are you? He was the first, not that he's the first person that ever did it, but that's the first person that we ever got to hear.
Yeah, that we got to
do
see
it.
on the screen. Yep.
Yep.
I like it. People are saying that,
Yeah,
oh, she's doing
I
it to
like
get
the
close to
friendship.
him. Nah,
Yeah.
they're talking about their relationship right here. Like they're deep into whatever they got going on. This is friendship right there. I like it.
And he had a nickname for
Even
her.
his
Did y'all
little
hear
nick her
him?
bubs.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
he
gonna say,
called
did
her
y'all hear him
Bubs.
call her Bubs? I was like, that is so cute. Like, they are friends for real. I love that. I love that for them. Okay, dark skinned lover girl, give me your thoughts, my love.
My thought is that Love Island need to stop fucking playing with me.
Oh
Stop playing
God.
with me and let me vote. I'm tired. I've been trying for an hour now. Um, I'm
You
really
know it's
about to.
closed, right? It closed at 30 minutes ago. Sorry.
Oh, they hate me. Okay. I was able to vote on my daughter's phone though, so they didn't really hate me that much. But um, I'm only up here to talk about Trinity and Bryce because they're lovers, not friends. Um, And they could be lovers and friends, but it doesn't really matter because they're lovers in my book. They're super cute. I like them. I hope that they go to the finale. Um, I like Casey and Anaya. I think that Kenzie is cute, for TV. Of course, I like Bea. Am I saying it right?
Bea.
Bea. I
Hmm.
like Bea. I don't like Gabe. I don't like Corbin. I don't even know why he's there. Um, who's the other girl? I like the new girls. Soul. I
Hmm.
like her. I don't know what is going on. I'm on here scrolling on TikTok and I'm seeing people saying that Sincere is fine. No, he's not. I don't understand. He is not fine. um, yeah. I really don't. I'm really just up here because, well, I'm never up here and shit. I want to be.
You know you in here with 425 people though.
I
Can I
know,
ask
and
her
I'm so proud
something,
of
Tina?
myself.
Can I ask Darcy
Love
something?
that for you.
Wait, you don't think that Cynthia is fine, like in health or in looks? What fine are you talking about?
Like both. I don't think
Looks.
he's attractive.
Oh.
Not too much
Don't
on
make
my
me call you
adjectives.
out.
Not too
Don't
much on
make me
my
call you out up
adjectives.
to your dark skin. Cause you know who you
Wait,
like.
bad. You think Sincere is attractive?
Well, I think
Yes.
he's more attractive than your man, and you know who
He
I'm talking about.
fine.
Don't
He
talk about things
fine.
that we talk about in private.
Okay, I was
I
about
didn't
to
say
ask
no
him.
names.
Okay.
I'm just
Ooh,
saying.
ooh, ooh.
Just
You
saying.
already know, Tina.
You
Bye,
know
y'all.
too.
I
See,
know.
this is why I don't stay up here,
You
because why are
know.
y'all letting them, why
Guys,
are you letting
Cynthia
them
is
bully
Okay, okay,
fine
me?
okay.
shit IRL. IRL. Fine shit. If you know, you know. IRL.
No, Casey is fine, and Corbin is cute, but like, cute in like if I like slow people cute, you know?
Sorry. He is not cute even in that way, but go ahead.
You're ridiculous, bro. I cannot. Okay. Anyway, it let you vote. Yay.
Wait, I
It just
can't let her
closed
go
5 minutes
yet.
ago, but
I
yay,
can't
it
let her
closed
go
at 1
yet.
a.m. Eastern time.
I have another
Would you say something?
question. I
Oh,
can't
go
let her
ahead.
go yet. Who do you think is fine this season?
She said KC.
I
Oh,
said it. I
okay.
said Casey. I said Corbin, he's cute.
Eh.
Hold on, let me think. Let me think. I,
Corbin
I
over
think I
Sincere.
think Bryce
Dark
is
skin.
attractive. I think Bryce is attractive. I don't think he's ugly. I think Zach is attractive. You know what? I like the
Bryce
other
is
white
attractive in
boys.
the 2016 Tumblr way.
Bryce. No, I think Bryce is attractive. I think that if you close your eyes a little bit and you look at him, yeah,
You can't
he's
say
attractive.
close your
Hey,
Close
guess
your
eyes.
what? That
Bryce
eyes.
is attractive
jawline.
if
No,
you close
girl.
one
That
eye and look at
jawline.
his recent campaign, his modeling
Tomato,
campaign.
Yeah.
He
tomato.
looks
Thank
They
you,
going
That
to
he
Gigi.
looks
target you in
cute.
the
jawline.
comments.
Thank you,
Phenomenal.
Gigi. Bye, y'all. Y'all do too much.
Bye. Love you.
She do that all the time. She get up here and say something
Oh,
controversial.
oh
Dark skin lover
God. She
girl,
be
I got
saying
a
the
sad story to
craziest
tell
stuff
you for
and drop.
$20.
Like, girl, please. Okay, Gigi gave y'all a top goal of 200K. Gigi, how much longer do they have?
They have 3 minutes to get to 200K, or else I'll be shutting this bad boy off again.
3 minutes. Damn.
3 minutes. They had 10. It's 400 people in here. They
Damn,
could
She
do it.
gave you
gossip
10. She gave
girl.
you 10.
It's 400 people in here. They could do it.
Okay, listen. It is 415 of you in here. If you don't follow me, you should because I'm a key. I have nuance. You're not going to like everything I say, but if you got a big brain and you're smart, you'll like it over here.
And you're open to new things. You got to be open to knowledge. Don't be closed minded. All right.
And I will tell you, we don't only ever just talk about the show. A lot of times we get into all the other shit because I'm a nerd. So now, Shello, stop the bullshit. If you're new here, Shello is the live mascot, and Shello is going to troll in the comments. I encourage you to just ignore Shello. We love Shello,
Shello.
but Shello
What
be
the fuck
playing.
Cello say? He was on his
Shello,
best
don't make me
behavior. Don't
block
get
you.
me
You
Shello
know I
talking
started,
got
about he
Cello.
mod
want Ace to
powers
come
now.
back.
Hey,
He want Ace to come
Cello.
back so KC will explore.
Cello.
Don't make me block you. I got mod
Cello, you
powers
about to
now.
explore this mute button if you don't stop playing.
Hey,
I'm
y'all, I
finishing
forgot to
cello.
mention something. Why did Kenzie tell Melanie that Sincere loved her tonight in tonight's
Yes.
episode?
Did you call
The
her?
duo of
Delusional.
delusion.
Bird brains. Tweet, tweet, tweet.
See, that's
Wait,
why I
who
said.
said?
That's why I
Wait,
said
say
I
it
was
again.
questioning that
Kenzie.
nursing degree, and
Kenzie said
I got
Sincere
attitude in the
loved her.
comments.
Yes.
Y'all better
Yeah,
Yes,
start
No,
watching
he
with the
loves
captions on.
LVDE.
you.
Y'all better
Oh,
start
That's
watching
why I
with the
said what
captions
I
on.
said tonight, and then people looking at me sideways. I'm asking myself how homegirl got that
I
degree.
be
It's
I be
not giving up
tuning
there.
people out.
Wait, because this pissed me off tonight, y'all. I'm not gonna hold you. I actually rewound it and listened to it again. I feel like somebody already knows what I'm about to say. Did y'all hear when the boys were in the bathroom and Bryce asked Zach if he would hit
He
it?
said I'd hit
Yep.
it.
That
Oh, I
He
heard.
sure
irritated
I
To
didn't
did.
me.
each
like
other?
that.
That
I didn't like that
About
irritated
each
me.
comment. It
other?
was very
I didn't like
objectifying.
that either.
It was very objectifying. I said we're doing locker room talk
Wait,
with
they
24-hour cameras,
I
and
didn't
that's
like
how
that
you talk in the
either.
locker room. It was giving nasty. I didn't
who
It
like
was
it.
who were
nasty.
they talking
I
about?
did not like that
They were
either.
talking
Jen,
about
the new
Jen.
bum show.
Oh. Zach
That
asked
was
who?
gross.
No.
No,
Bryce
No,
Bryce
Bryce
asked
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 Zach.
Oh,
Zach.
Zach.
Bryce. Mr. Nice that y'all love so much with his
Exactly.
messy
That pissed me
thin
off
hair
for sure.
ass.
I said the 29-year-old asked that. He too old for that nonsense now.
That's
Okay,
strike one. That's strike one. I'm
strike
keeping a
one.
list.
I
Keeping a
say
list.
striking a half, not a full for me, just a half.
See,
No, that's disgusting.
I
I'm giving
probably
them
didn't hear it
a
because I
full
be tuning
strike.
the
I'd
boring
have to
people
give it
out.
.5 for each because they shouldn't have said it, and he
What
shouldn't
did
have
What?
I
asked
do,
it, and he
Tina?
shouldn't have
What did I
answered it.
do?
Nothing. Seventh letter hasn't even said anything. You must
They
have
be
an
Haters.
op in
hating.
here. You must have an op in here. Just drop for take 10.
Give
Give her
me
Give her
10.
10.
10.
Give
Give
her
her
Hey,
10.
ten.
it's almost
Give
my
her 10. Give her
turn.
10.
I know. Give her 10. Look, come 20 after, boo. Give her 10. Y'all are some haters.
Can
Don't
you
be
drop
weird.
me? Drop me?
Yeah, I got you, boo.
Okay.
Don't be weird to my panelists. Nobody's even saying anything cray cray. Now we didn't have some moments, but that's not even what we're doing tonight. Okay, we're keeping it very cute.
I
Okay.
was real
Um.
scared earlier. Real scared.
Me too. You heard what I called Caleb and Kenzie. Somebody did call me out in the comments,
I was
but I didn't
afraid,
care.
honey. I'm like, oh, they might come for me.
Okay, y'all are almost at 200K. It's probably not for everybody. Never mind. Sierra, give me your thoughts, my love.
Hey, baby.
Hey, boo.
Um, I ain't never been up here, so we gonna see
I
how they feel
know.
about what the crazy shit we be talking about. Anyway, I don't have too much to say. I will say since he on the screen right there, Gabriel is the reason why I don't fuck with foreign men. They be quick to talk your ass up, say little shit, talk about, oh, I don't really speak English. No, bitch ass motherfucker, you know what the fuck going on. And I don't like how he treating oh girl, like that's crazy as fuck. Like the body language, Tina, everything you were saying earlier, like I peeped that shit. So I know she peeped that shit, which we found out she peeped that shit when we got to the point at night when they was talking and she was like, he gonna do what he gonna do. Exactly. He gonna do what the fuck he gonna do. And I ain't like him when he stepped foot in the villa from the first point. I just want to say that. Anyway, Bryce and Trinity are friends, and that is okay. And I want them to explore their friendship because I feel like it can be great. Like it's healing me seeing a friendship with a man because personally, like I don't see that for myself ever. But like getting to like live vicariously, like through them is amazing. So like I hope they continue that. Anyway, Anaya is a badass bitch, and I really want to just slap her across her face and just be like, girl, like, please, like, I need you to wake up, girl, because it's the confidence, like, and I feel like in an ordinary situation, she might have that, but I think that because it's such a small, like, pool for her, because I personally don't find a lot of the guys attractive. Like, that's not to say that they're not, but they my type. I'm gonna say that they're not my type, and that's okay. Um, but
They reported you, Sierra.
I figured I had a feeling, but we do this. We know how my mouth is, so it's okay. I ain't say nothing
She
too
didn't even
crazy. I
say
don't
nothing
think
bad, y'all.
because I
Y'all
could say something
crying in the
crazy.
comments today.
Y'all are weird.
I'm
If
from
you're gonna
around the
be in
way,
here hating, y'all better
so
keep tapping that
it
screen.
don't matter. It don't matter. I still got what 52 seconds. All right,
Yeah.
so what else? We know we all on the same page about Mel, obviously. I really think that Soul and Sincere could be good. Like y'all said, if Mel is not in the picture at all, but only because I feel like Soul is she gives me submissive. And like I like that energy like in a woman, right? But like also I think that for Sincere, like because he's so like easygoing for him, like the reason he didn't want to say whatever the fuck to Mel is because like yeah, she's shown everybody how she can act. I personally seen enough to know that she probably fly the fuck off the handle. I wouldn't want her to tell her shit either. So that's my time, y'all. Y'all be blessed.
I love you, girl. I gotta
Love you
drop you
back.
for at least 10 minutes.
Yes, ma'am.
Y'all, I know Sierra in real life. I used to be her dance coach when she was a teenager. Okay, Nikki, my love, give me your thoughts.
Yes, Tina, can you just excuse yourself? I just want to see the voting. Just, yeah, yeah, pop out. Okay, yes, I almost got it right. I think I fucked up when I did not pick Beatrice, and I know why people did, and I messed that up. I chose actually Trinity because I actually want to see. I know, girl. I actually want to see what it's like when Trinity is like chosen by another guy and how she reacts. Like I know people. I'm so sorry. I just want to know what she's like when there's somebody that she's actually attracted to, and I just think that she might find herself going through the season feeling comfortable and not really putting herself out there because it's comfortable. I'm always rooting for people to challenge themselves. Just messy.
Nikki, I love you and I almost dropped you. You lucky I respect
Stop
Tina's
it.
space.
Stop
You
it.
lucky I
Stop
respect
it,
Tina's space.
Like, are you
y'all. Stop it.
serious?
Listen, yo, I'm having just can I have a moment? Can I
Not
just
too
be
much. Not
Yes.
too
wrong?
much,
I
Nick.
I, I thought that this was a space where people can fuck up. Honestly.
Keep going, Nikki. You came here
Thank
for
you.
love.
I
Okay.
came here for love. Yes, I did. So, I want to save Casey and Anaya for last. I do, however, want to just say this because this is an intellectual space. Welcome, and I do have to remind people sometimes about where I come from. I am a theater girly. I have been in theater for the majority of my life. I was a Broadway performer for a very long time in New York City. And one thing I do know is character development. And I do know how to clock people's intentions right away. And I say that to say is that there is a play called Tapes, and Tapes is written by Jose Rivera. And I hope you all look this up because it's about a place where purgatory lies, where you are forced to sit in a room and hear all the lies you've ever told people. And even the best of people who have evolved, you are now having to sit in a room, not only reflecting on the lies that you told, but the lies that you tell yourself. And I'm seeing a lot of people lying to themselves. And I don't know if it's me, but at 23, where I was at, felt a lot emotionally more mature than where these folks are at. So Melanie has to go for the sake of honestly humanity, and honestly for her. Like I'm afraid that if she, and like this is coming off of Summer House, y'all. If the perpetual victimhood continues to grow, that is all who she becomes. I'm seeing these people as real human beings. right? I'm not just seeing them as people who just want to be messy on a television show. Yes, it's true. And I also want to see them evolve and to become a little bit more centered in who they are and learn from their mistakes. She is not learning because she's being coddled and coddled by a person that is putting herself in a place where she is being the villa therapist. Like you're putting that position as opposed you're choosing that position as opposed to being put in it. And that's what's hard for me to watch. Yes, please watch part 3 tonight, y'all. It was crazy. So with Soul and Sincere, I don't think that I didn't get the vibe that she was submissive. I did get grown woman energy that was peace and love and tree hugging. That's who she reminds me of. There's a depth to her that I felt that her friend talked about, and I can also acknowledge that she's not giving, like what you said, quote unquote bombshell energy. And honestly, because I see life in the gray and not black and white, I completely understand why a lot of these bombshells that we're probably going to see are really anxious to not shake the table too fast, too quick. And I think the difference is with Kada is that she was the first one. People have not been in couples for a very long time. So I think that Kada had a little bit more of an advantage to, come and just be who she is and yada yada. But we are seeing the cracks with Kada. Now that things have been progressing, we're seeing the cracks. And she is my client. Okay. As far as who I missed, that girl. The blondes, I'm sorry. Is this how they feel about black women? Do we all look alike? Because I think they all look alike. Am I wrong?
I think they all look alike, but I think that the two girls that are in there right now feel similar in some ways.
Okay. Okay. And just making sure I'm on track with that. Um, and then Beatrice gay, yeah, yeah. You were right, Tina. He was there because she was comfortable, familiar with the language, and I just really feel bad for her, because she has shared how vulnerable she was about, not being perceived as feminine, and I think that is a thing that she is really insecure about. I saw a lot of insecurities tonight, and I appreciate those that were honest. Um, Everybody else, I'm done. But here's my last thing about Casey and Anaya. Um, I don't know if people haven't lived enough life to be able to comment. There's a lot of people I feel that haven't lived enough life that are commenting on this. But Casey reminds me, y'all call them YNs, of the type of guys that I would date at that age, at 23, 24. They would make stupid jokes like that, and also, big up me on, loving me as a black woman. I think there was a lot of immaturity in his response, and I can also acknowledge the fact that he did, to I think, the best of his ability. What you mean he's not a YN? See, this is why I should not. He's not. How old is he?
That doesn't
No,
just mean that it's not just age related. It's a
a
it's a
YN
it's
is
an
a specific aesthetic.
yeah.
No,
Think,
but I'm talking about the mentality of the YNs, though.
But he's
I
not.
don't
You
think he's that
hanging
He's
up
either,
with
not.
though.
Corbin
YNs.
has a YN mentality.
He does, and I know.
No.
I also think
He
that
got a
Casey.
raccoon
Okay,
mentality.
everybody, we can agree
Mm-mm.
to disagree. We can agree to disagree. That's fine. But I have been in those positions at that age, which is why I've chosen to date older at that age, because of the lack of maturity. I just thought it was a very just lack of maturity on his part of why he said what he said. And I also acknowledge the fact that I don't think that he was completely honest about the past relationships and who he dated. And, knowing that he gave the speech that he gave about her being dark skinned, you clearly have dated, in the light skin pool. And if that was like your ex girlfriend, I just wonder how long ago. Okay. So I have questions. So I'm keeping a very watchful eye, but um, I do feel that Anaya, as much as I, I do think that she has a good heart. I do think that she is somebody that I want to root for. I just think that she needs to reconcile some internalized, I'm probably going to get, banned for this, internalized um, anti-blackness within herself, to not feel confident in who she is and what value she carries. She even talked about it tonight, about how, she's always the second option, or the fetishization of it all, and that's so a Black woman's experience. And I also see that you lack maturity, emotional mature intelligence, when it comes to, being very Pollyanna about this, and like low key having a man clock it, that you like, stop playing games. You see what we see. It is, doing a disservice for a friendship, to be honest. So I'm hoping that she gains some confidence throughout this, and grows from this. But right now, I do think that she is emotionally immature in the way that she's seeing things, even when it comes to her friendships. I think it's a real hindrance, and I hope it doesn't come to bite her in later. So that's all.
Okay, seventh letter, please give me your thoughts since you're back, my love.
Hey. Okay, first I gotta say, love your shirt. I have the same one. Go Lakers forever and always. Period. All right, on to this show, child. I just want to say overall, I've been in several panels today, past 2 days. I really, really, really think that people are being too fucking hard on Casey and Anaya. We can say what we've seen from the behaviors that they've shown on the show, but like everybody just knowing for a fact that this man is a liar or he's not telling the whole truth, he has not given y'all any reason to feel that. Okay, we nailed Black men to the cross last season, rightfully so, for not protecting, supporting, and just being fair and kind to Black women, and not manipulating them, and not validating their feelings, or just showing genuine concern and support to them as Black people. When he had this conversation with Anaya about her feelings, he told her honestly how he felt. He helped wipe her tears. He reassured her, and he let her know, hey, I'm not trying to disrespect you or hurt your feelings. However, I do, she is I have eyes. She's somebody I'm attracted to. I'm going to take a time to explore her. And if it makes sense for me to progress with her, that's what I'm going to do. But that doesn't discredit anything that you and I had. I felt like that was great for him to be honest with her in her face and tell her the truth. And Anaya is allowed to have her feelings as well. She can be sensitive to that. She feels like they're building something, and what I don't like is the imbalance with Love Island, how they do the bombshells. Like, they don't do it at the same time. Like, it would be great if they put somebody in there to turn Anaya's head at the same time as they put somebody in there to turn his head. Then we could see that they have a true test. They never do it like that, especially for the Black people. So that is what it is. While I think it's valid that he enjoys Anaya and stays in her company, like he likes to explore, she doesn't get to hijack his experience just because he's respectful of her feelings. He still deserves the opportunity to explore. I don't think he easily turns his head just for a pretty face. Like, he's not blind. Again, he can acknowledge whoever is beautiful to him and be like, yeah, she cute, but I like what I got going on over here. And I feel like that's what he did. Braxton, P. Hartner Briggs / Lionel Richie, Corbin, he can go. He can take his colorist ass home. I don't like him. He's dull. He brings nothing. Kenzie, bird brain, bird brain. When she has conversations, it's too many people on the cast that I don't pay attention to. That's why when y'all were talking about the conversation between Zach and Bryce in the bathroom, I missed all of that because they bored me to smithereens. Trinity and Bryce are a friendship couple. They have not, they plan Trinity. Trinity is doing a good job at handling it and just enjoying the villa. They have not brought anybody in there for her yet that she really, really likes. And I want them to before Casa. Like, why does Casa have to be the only time that people get people? Um, the bombshell. Okay, with Soul, her and Sincere, like I stated earlier, I think they're gonna make something happen. Unless old girl comes and puts a wedge in between them, and somebody's gonna get tired of that. I do like the fact that they are showing a black man and another man of color that know how to express themselves and their feelings directly up front in a gentle way, but very direct with women and with men, with each other to talk about how they feel in relationships. But I think whatever's going to happen with Melanie and Sincere, well, Melanie, Sincere, and Soul, this little love triangle, she's going to do little shit that makes one person be like, you know what? It's not even worth it. And another thing about Melanie's ass, you lie to people's face too fucking easily. And that is dangerous. You gonna sit up there and tell multiple people to their face you had no idea it was Corbin when you've kissed him multiple times. You could tell it was Zach. You said this one isn't mine. When you kissed him, not Zach, Bryce. I mixed it. Oh, they need name tags. They're not important. But anyway, she could tell that one was not her man. She said it out loud. So you're not going to tell me you went back and forth how many times and didn't know who it was? And Sincere was, I think it was fine for him to tell her, like, yeah, you playing a little too much in my face. I'm not about to keep putting up with that at all. And I don't think he wrong for that. My time is up. I got more to say, but my time up.
Okay. New top goal is 275K. You have 10 minutes, 40 after the hour. 275K. Okay. If you are in my queue and you are a subscriber to me, will you tell me in the comments? If you have requested to come up and you're a subscriber, will you drop it in my
I'll drop. I'll drop.
Okay, that's fine. But I still don't know who is who, so y'all have to tell me in the comments.
Okay, fine. Okay. I
Bye,
just want to make
Nikki.
review. I said what I said.
Bye, Nikki.
Bye.
Okay, I'm gonna go Anne by Anika. Anne, please give me your thoughts. I'm gonna go to the bathroom, y'all, but I can hear you.
What it is, y'all? How's it going? Anyway, girl, let me tell you, Tuesday nights have been busy the past 2 weeks. I go from Summer House Reunion Part 3 at 8, then Love Island at 9, and this episode was maybe I'll say 10 to 15 minutes longer. But here's what it's given. First, let's start off with how I voted. Obviously, I put Soul and Sincere together, loving the vibe that they have. I'm sick of Melanie. It seems to me that homegirl lives by. Okay, so sorry to say this, but she reminds me of Honda Civic in a way that rules apply to everyone else but her. You played in that man's face, but now he's pursuing a genuine connection. And he's afraid to even tell you how he feels. He's walking on eggshells because he's afraid of how we will react. Girl, bye. You knew in the challenge yesterday that you know your man Sincere. Y'all be all up in each other's mouths all the time. And I saw the green paint around his hair. You knew that was him. You're like, one, two, three. Like fucking doing mouth push-ups on him and Corbin. Like, girl, if you want Corbin, then let him step to Soul and you be with Corbin. Cause clearly that's your type. Like, it was so annoying. And you sitting up in here like you at least you and Melanie Melanie and why am I forgetting this nigga name right now? Oops, excuse my French. Melanie and Sincere deserve each other in the sense that y'all both confessional gangsters. Y'all say one thing into each other's face and you going in the confessionals and saying other stuff. Sincere, I clocked you the first time. I could keep kissing Kata. It was so good. And then that kiss was so good. I didn't even want to stop. She's such a breath of fresh air. I need to stop allowing Melanie to stop playing games with me. But we did learn something important. Like, I also love Soul and Sincere. So, like, I voted tonight based on compatibility. I love that they have serious conversations. He's sharing, him being the oldest child and why he acts the way he acts, being the oldest of five. So that gave a lot of context into, Sincere and his mindset and, remaining in toxic relationships, even though they don't benefit him because he's so used to putting other first. Sincere, I'm gonna need you to put yourself first and get with Soul. Secondly, Soul talking about how yeah, Sincere talking about how he lost his grandmother, and he said he was raised by his grandmother and his mother, I believe. And so those important women in his life, I could see how that loss can affect him too. And also, in terms of Soul losing her father, like, that's really sad. From the way she kind of described it, I'm gonna context clues. It's given that she was probably a daddy's girl, and I really feel for her. Love the pixie cut. She's bold. She really exudes confidence. I like her energy. I like that the minute she kissed Gabe, she said it wasn't giving. His pheromones was like the way sis was like, okay, let me put the camera on. No one's here. Hold on. The way she went, yeah, Gabe, not it. Girl, I loved it. I really, really wanted Melanie to walk in on them, not because I wanted to see her crash out. I just wanted her to get a taste of her own medicine. Like, sis, this is real life, him exploring, but you play with that man on a challenge. Didn't you get enough of your get back by playing that game? First of all, why are we not talking about how Anaya always has Melanie back, but in on the boss bitch challenge, she was like, oh, I want my crush to be the guy who been wanted to taste it, KC. Girl, what? Anaya had your back and you won't pick at her, man. Mind you, Anaya, I need you to stand on your 10 toes, sweetheart, because what is going on? She is using you as her therapist, confidant, whatnot, whatever. And then the chance she gets in a game, she gonna play in your face again. This is another example of her saying stuff like, thank you for the gifts, having rules for others and not applying it to herself. I should have known the minute that girl was like, I don't do the girls. You don't have to do it. You just got to perform it. Apparently, that's a red flag for the male-centered women, because one thing about me when it comes to being a girls, I thought, first of all, we retired that last year. So I know y'all studying the show. Secondly, if you're going to be about it, be about it. I never say I'm a girls. It just comes out in my actions. Also, I would like to retire Loverboy, because why everybody on the island? This is the new word, Loverboy. Please retire that. None of y'all are Loverboys. Majority of y'all are players. The only, like, I want to say kind of like genuine guys I'm really seeing is KC, and he's very pro-black. Shout out to him. And Bryce, even though he did that weird shit. I also like that Bryce was honest that him and Jen, had worked together. So it's like, all right, cool. What else? Then I also voted for Corbin and Jen, and then Kenzie and Caleb, because again, I'm voting based on compatibility. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne. Y'all, I know that he said they work together. I am curious if there's anything else to it. And maybe it's not.
He said it wasn't. He said,
claimed
like,
there's
we
no
don't have
chemistry.
anything romantic. Like, we just, do shoots together, and I've never felt any chemistry. Like, outside of shoots.
Yeah, I think what I mean is maybe not even necessarily something more with her, but like, he just looked so stressed when she came into the villa. He did not look.
Yes. But don't nobody call him a liar like they calling KC.
Because it's not really lying.
KC ain't did nothing for people. I don't know who doing it, for people to act that way.
So when she came into the villa and he was like, "Oh, I know that blonde," and they panned to his face and he's kind of like, I don't know how to, just watch it again. But he did not look like.
I didn't get that. I'll watch it again.
I wonder if his face was more like,
it looked like shock to me.
It was not shock, y'all.
I wonder if his reaction was more like, I wonder what Trinity's gonna think about that. Like, maybe he was trying to figure out what her reaction was gonna be. Possibly.
No. Y'all gotta cut it out. Y'all was not paying attention, because when the boys was over there talking and the girls was all upstairs and Trinity was taking the girls on that tour, what did Bryce say, Tina? What is Trinity doing? I just told Trinity that whoop and now she giving her a tour. To me,
Well, he didn't say it
if you
like
ain't got a problem
that.
with nobody,
That's
why
not how
Toya
he
can't
said
be
No,
it.
on
that's
there?
That's
not how
not
that
how he
No,
said
conversation
it at
was,
no.
Vi.
all.
He
Hold on,
said
really
he said it
quickly,
like
really quickly, really quickly. Y'all got 3 minutes. This should have been up to 275. I see y'all done slow down. I will turn these comments off.
Do I need to go to the clip?
Stop playing with me.
he didn't
Tap the
say
screen.
he said it in the context of like that's impressive. He thought that was a good trait of hers that she wasn't intimidated by that is what he was saying.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like,
Yeah.
what he getting mad for? Because
That
everybody
said
was
though,
getting mad.
y'all. That said though, y'all, I hear what y'all are saying, and it definitely somebody said in the comments perfect wording. It was definitely given like, oh shit. Like it was like that, like kind of face. Like it was not given like, oh, I know her. This is gonna be weird.
I
Like
agree.
it was different. It was different, y'all. I'm just saying. And even if he didn't hit it with her, though very interesting that he chose we've not heard him talk about any girl like that or act any. We all think this man has great integrity, and then she comes in the villa and the first thing you ask Zach is, would you hit it? That's an interesting way to talk about her.
Very
It's an interesting
weird.
way to talk about her.
I just want to know. I'm nosy. I want to know the real tea. I'm just offering possibilities.
And I'm wondering, like, maybe it's not even her, but like maybe she knows stuff about him. You know what I mean?
That I would believe more. That I would
Yeah.
believe more.
Mm-hmm.
Since they've done work together more than
I
a
mean,
few
he's
times.
a man, so I only like you for now until you do enough stuff to piss me off. So it's not like I'm like, oh, I'm riding for him. He's not my client or nothing. He cool for now. That's all.
Listen.
Y'all don't
I
leave
haven't
Gossip
made
Girl alone for this episode.
the
I
video
said
yet,
cool
but
for now.
I definitely would love to, and I know people on here have them too. I would love to retire clients this season.
Dang, we don't need
I don't
them.
have any. I'm watching in peace. And Tina, I want to ask you, you talking about the fan bases, are they coming to your space? Because I'm not hearing, I think my timeline is curated, but I'm not hearing all of they're coming to your page. Okay.
Child, they in her
So I
comment
had a
section. I said,
video.
keep them there so I could block them.
Yeah, I had a video that just happened to do numbers last night, and so it's like almost 100,000 views on it at this point. So they're in my comments crying about how Beatrice is a bully and Melanie don't owe nobody shit, and we're just jealous and we're projecting, and just all in the comments. And so I keep telling them you're an idiot, so I'm blocking you, and then blocking them, but still, like,
Okay.
get on my comments. So that's why I'm like, yeah, y'all are weird. Yeah. And not all of Melanie's fans, y'all. Listen, I have Melanie fans that come in here that are very normal people. Normal people.
Really?
But there's always going to be a certain, factions of certain fan bases. Is true in every single fan base. And the fact that they're already acting like that after a week, I need them to. She got to go home. She got to go home. Okay, wait. Vi, please give me your thoughts, and then Anika, and then Star's Journey. And I just saw your comment, babe. I'm gonna bring you up, my Calvin.
Oh, what?
Okay, Vi, go ahead, my love.
I'm like, what is that? Never mind. Anyways, mind my business. So look, check it. We all know Mel Lion Carnival Brown has literally lied in every single episode since the season started. I went back and watched it earlier. She has told a lie or two in every single story. And the fact that she is so willing to sit in people's face and say, hey, I did not know that was that man. And we know that you knew that was that man, but you gonna keep saying that you did know that was that man. And y'all want to keep her in the villa to hook up with people, to play in other people's face. It's given that you got a problem with the villa and the people that's in the villa. So do you need that? Because y'all not about to take KC out before she get the kicking rocks and not smoking it. Then you gotta tell her to do that because she's simple. You like, there's no depth. You sitting there with a blank face and thinking that people about to come over here and pat you on the back and be like, girl, it's okay. At least you admitted that you was wrong. Did she though? I didn't feel like she really meant it. Like, I feel it's giving, hey, you only sorry when you get caught. And nobody is buying it. Now, Anaya, come to the front, Boogie Bud. I'm gonna need you. Look, I talked to Anaya yesterday. I told that heifer, you are on vacation, not work. Your services are not for the free. And you got this fine California. Do you know how hard it is to find a fine Cali nigga with sense? I am from Cali. Do you know? Do y'all know that he give Martin Luther King and Malcolm X at the same time? And you wanna run behind freaking Melon Salty? No. Get Melon Felony up out of here. She's rubbing off on my girls because all my girls has been in this villa this whole time apologizing to these men. Y'all have put me in a position to defend these men. This gotta stop now. And I'm gonna need y'all to get it together. I'm not having it. I'm not having it. I'm not having it. And then on top of that, I'm backing Sincere all the way up. Mess it up. Let her flip the table. I don't care. She want to sit there and have a stone face like I'm still not going to get pulled. And guess what? My girl Soul went and pulled him. Oh, you see that? And what did you do? What could you do? Nothing. Because you know you in the doghouse. So it's okay. So just go fluff my girl Soul's pillow up or whatever. Get her side all nice and ready. She like a medium warm situation. Not too soft, not too hard. While she gonna be laying next all up in Sincere's face. And I hope you hear them smacking all night. Cause this is not good. I'm not in the mood to like be a person that is going to praise bad behavior because it's entertainment. You want entertainment, go learn how to read. You want entertainment, learn how to ride a horse. There are so many other things that you can do safely and beneficial than invite mess season after season after season. And then y'all wonder why they get out and they over there hopping on rooftops on their phone and can't even dodge a surveillance camera. Y'all want to learn the hard way, go ahead, but you ain't taking the rest of us with you. I'm going on Tina boat and you can't come with us. We don't do nonsense. I am reading. Everybody who got a problem with KC, come. I need that. You got a problem with Sincere? I need that. And I'm gonna stand on it until Melon Felony, Lorena Bobbitt ass is kicking rocks and not smoking it. And that's pretty much it. Everybody else is just doing their thug this, so I don't care. But when it comes down to that situation, y'all gonna have to run me that and don't think that I won't come get it. And that's it. Love y'all.
Can I ask really quickly to the chat? Because y'all clearly, before I cut these comments off, because y'all ain't got nowhere yet. What has KC done in the last 7 episodes to deserve to be dragged? Because I'm gonna drag y'all into comments jails. What's gonna happen?
Or can I ask I see that there's some melatonins in the chat. I want to encourage you to understand that you can be in this space and disagree, but you better fucking keep it cute in the comments, okay? Keep it cute in the comments, all right? I would like to ask, what has KC done in the last 7 episodes that makes you feel like he's not worth the benefit of the doubt? What has he done to demonstrate that he might have questionable character?
Can I speak?
Give
And
a
it's,
fuck
Yes.
about black
Yes,
this is
you
women.
my
can
first
speak.
time on that. Yeah, this is my first time on the live.
Welcome.
I've been here like a few times, so this is my first time. But I was one of the ones that had the reservations around Casey. And the reason why I say that is because in other conversations around like Mel and other people in the villa, he mentioned like, oh, well, the experience is to explore. So I feel like there's a desire for him to explore. And I'm not agreeing with like people tearing him down. I'm just saying that I think he feels a lot of pressure to stick with Anaya instead of actually expressing what it is that he wants for his experience inside of the villa. So that kind of, for me, made it a little bit more questionable, or like there was reservations there, that he's not actually being truly honest with what he wants his experience to be.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel like he wasn't honest with her tonight though? He shot very straight about Soul with her.
No, I think that he was, but I think that he also still would like to have like pulled her, and I think that he reserved out of that because of pressure that he potentially might feel. I'm not him, so I don't know that he has that pressure, but if I'm thinking about it, like, I don't want to be the dude, that dude. Like, that's the kind of pressure that I feel like he's feeling, or that's the way that it's reading to me across the screen. Like, oh,
Right.
I don't want to be the type of guy that like screws you over. I know what that's like because I have sisters that have gone to school and lived in California and know that experience. I'm a dark skinned plus size girl that lived in California for 3 years. So I can understand, and I just think like that's a unique experience, and it was hard dating there. So like I don't know because I ain't live in Georgia. I'm from Alabama, from the South, Montgomery. But and I lived in Miami too. So I understand what's going on when we talk about like the colorism, the experiences that Anaya might be feeling while in the villa. So I think he just doesn't want to be that guy. And so although he was honest about, yes, she's beautiful, she looks like my ex, I think I would have respected if he would have said, yeah, I would have wanted to, like have a conversation with her at least, because that's the experience. And that's what he keeps saying to everybody else in the villa, not necessarily to Anaya.
So I wanna tell you, because I hear all of that, right? I want to tell you how I sort of perceive it
Yeah,
though.
and I wanted your opinion. That's why I came on. Yeah.
I think that the way that I perceive it is that it's like bro code that's at play, right? Because I hear you, but I feel like he's mostly said that to Melanie, and I feel like that's about trying to get her to chill about Sincere. And then
Okay.
I think that he could tell that Sincere was really into Soul, and it gives like a, obviously I don't think we would ever get this on camera because it would be probably really icky for the audience, but like I could certainly see like a sort of dibs kind of situation happening because he and Sincere seem pretty close.
Hmm.
And so I could see easily him like letting Sincere kind of explore that, especially because of what's going on with Melanie. And I hear what you're saying. Like, you wish maybe he would have just actually pulled her for a conversation and saw what happened between them. I do think he did say though too, like, if it's a vibe, then like, yeah, I would explore it. So I think he was honest about that part of it. But I get that you're saying you wish
Because
he
you would
had
know it's a
taken
vibe
the
if you
action.
don't even have a conversation with her.
Yeah,
So
that's true.
that's why I said I'm reading through that. I'm like, yeah, you find her beautiful. You actually would take her for a chat, but you also don't want to be that guy towards Anaya because he
Mhm.
obviously, like we said, there is something off camera that we haven't seen that he needed to affirm Anaya, the day before. And then also he's continuously, affirming her. And I appreciate that. But also too, I think that he might not be fully telling the truth. And that's the one thing that I'm clocking. No,
Mhm.
nothing else.
Yeah. I also think that like Soul is gorgeous. Don't misunderstand me. I also think that I don't know if a girl has really come in that I think moves him for real yet. I think we'll see more if a girl comes in that I think actually like moves him. Because we haven't gotten a confessional really yet about him saying like too much of nothing about bombshells. Like, yeah, acknowledging that they're beautiful, but like, Sincere being every fucking bombshell in every goddamn confessional about bombshells, talking about, why would he deprive himself of this
One
opportunity?
fish, two blue fish, red fish,
Yes,
blue
red fish,
fish.
Right.
blue
I
fish,
was gonna
yes,
ask,
We
do you
and
think it's
all the
more
seen
flowers
a
in the
confessional
garden.
from
Yes.
Kiki
so
to
do you
record.
think it's more so not necessarily dishonesty, but more because I read it not necessarily as dishonesty, but as a calculated choice that he's making, like an active choice that like, okay, since I know you feel about this and I know how I feel, because he did confess last episode that he is developing feelings for her. So do
Hmm.
you think that maybe instead of like, rather than dishonesty with what he wants to do, it's more of an active choice that he's making, that, you know what, I want to stay respectful to you and what I feel like we're building, so I won't do this.
Yeah, I think that those kind of coincide together because I was like, if he's being honest with himself and the experience that he wants, I think he would have. If he and Anaya had not been, developing what they're developing, and she expressed how she was hurt and he wanted to affirm her in that. And like he said, I want to hear you out. and I want you to know that like how you feel is okay, and we can have that conversation. So I think, like you said, I don't know if I was saying it as dishonest, but I think if you know, I'm not reading it as like he's a dishonest person. I
Yeah,
think
I
that
get it.
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
more so of if he was more honest about the experience that he wanted, which could lead to the choices that he's making.
I see what you
Yeah.
mean. Okay, thank you.
I also think too, and Anika, I kind of want you to chime in. I know I'm supposed to go to you, Star, but Anika, I know you also have reservations about Casey. I think
Yes.
for me that I also read it as like, so to your point, Gigi, like a calculated choice, right? And I think sometimes that can be perceived as negative, but I think it's about like weighing options. The whole time you're in the villa, you're constantly weighing your options,
Yeah,
right? Do I do this thing and then risk this thing that feels really good for something that may be a blow up situation and may like fall apart and not have been worth it? Or do I stay committed to
hmm,
like pursuing this? And I think that I just haven't seen anyone that he feels is worth that risk yet, is what I'm perceiving it as, is that he hasn't had yet anyone come in. And I'm not saying that I don't think this will happen either. I think if they make it together as a couple to Casa, that we'll definitely see some shit, you know? But like, I just don't think yet that he's had a person come in that is like, it feels worth the risk
I
to
agree.
pursue it and see what might happen and risk what's happening over here.
Yeah, I think he would have done that if Anaya didn't have all of her
Yes.
emotions on her sleeve.
Yes.
Because she basically let everything out. I when while she was being, so emotive, it some of the things she said reminded me, and maybe this is me projecting my own trauma, but what she went through there is something that I have experienced over and over and over. And that's why I knew he was going to course correct, and I knew he was going to lay it on thick, and I knew he was going to tell her everything she wanted to hear in order to feel assured. I knew they were going to kiss and make up before the end of the episode. But his response to the bombshells was too visceral for me not to think. And as I told somebody in a video earlier today, he could be attracted to black women of all shades. I'm not saying he doesn't like Anaya. I'm not saying he's not attracted to her. What I'm saying is I think he has, or he may have a default, and that default looks like Saul. And I think he needs to, some part of him might need to, I might be dead wrong, but there is something about this situation that is not sitting well with me. And I'm willing to let time bear it out and see. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I'm seeing I'm seeing the trajectory going in one direction. And I'm hoping that probably by Casa Amor, they're going to send somebody that might turn Anaya's head. But yeah, I have doubts. I'm sorry. I have doubts. I'm not
I mean,
100% sold. I'm saying he might like her. I'm not saying he
mhm.
doesn't. I'm not saying he doesn't like her. I'm not saying he's not developing feelings for her. I'm not saying, but there is something is not sitting well with me with that
Yeah,
situation. And I figured because she just poured it out. She just poured. The biggest mistake she made for me was out insincere. She should not have said anything about that. What she could have done was ask him a question, and depending on his answer, then she would have cued in on where his head was really at. But because it brought up so much trauma, and I think it's because of her inexperience, she just poured everything out. And that was her mistake. And I hope she doesn't pay for that mistake, but I'm not 100% sold on him just yet. I'm not.
Can I ask you a
yeah.
question, Anika?
Mm-hmm.
What do you think would have been the appropriate reaction to him in the bombshells?
Um, if he if he said to me, if he said I'm blessed, or he goes wow, or because he was the first one to jump. Let's be real. He was the first one he jump out himself and was like,
Disagree.
I don't,
to me,
yeah.
he was the
Yeah,
first one.
that's
Who was
not
the
how that
first
happened, but
one?
okay.
To
he
me, he
wasn't
was the first
first.
one.
I
It
think
was
his
Gabe with his
excitement
dog
was.
tongue.
I think his excitement was enough for Ariana to actually point it out. I don't know if
Yeah,
he was the first to jump though.
but
I don't see. I actually wonder because y'all know we've been saying, "Where's the Casey and Anaya content? Where's the Casey and Anaya content?" Then the
mhm,
Casey and Anaya content we got was like them being very cutesy. I
yeah.
wonder if the question was asked because they are perceived as a stronger connection in the villa.
Maybe, I don't know. Because for real, the way it was edited, it was set up to test their relationship. Because when he said to her, it has to be something incredible to top my connection with you, and then bam, these bombshells come in, and you ask how you feeling. I'm blessed. And it was only when Bea said
Wrong
wrong
answer.
answer, he clocked. He is like, shit, I should not have said that. And then he kind of like, to be with my girl. And she was like, well, Casey, it's not funny. But that response was so visceral. It came from the gut to me that set off alarm bells to me one time. Yeah, they're pretty. You could have just smiled or whatever it is. But to me, that answer was way too visceral.
I
Do
hear
you?
that. I perceived Zach and Gabe and Sincere as being the first ones to really kind of like get amped about the girls coming in.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if anybody else noticed this, but I explicitly noticed, and I'll watch it back. Maybe I'm misremembering that Casey was one of the only guys that didn't touch any other part of his hand stayed
At
firmly on the
all.
bed.
His hand stayed wide
Mm-hmm.
open on that bed.
Yep.
And none of the other guys reacted like that, and I noticed that, so I hear you about it being a visceral reaction, but it really is just one word. And yeah, I think honestly it's fine because it's been a week. Like I don't know that anybody should be like,
Like 1 week.
trusting
But
anybody wholeheartedly. It's been a
That's
week.
your
You know what I
man.
mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
not her
yeah,
man.
but can I
yeah.
Yeah,
also
Does
it's
add to
does
that,
not
his
her
Tia?
man.
response make
But I
him
think
feel like
can I
a
add to that
liar
really
to
quickly?
you?
Because I'm
No, I
sorry.
don't think he's a liar. I
Okay.
think, as I said, I'm not saying he is not attracted to Anaya. I'm not saying he does not like Anaya. I'm saying there is something that's there that is not sitting well. It's just me, and probably it's my own projecting my own trauma, whatever it is. But there is something there that does not sit well with me, where he is
That's
I have
concerned
a
with her.
question.
that's fair, but hold on. Can I do a follow up? I considering again, and I totally understand and respect that that there are things there, and I know people have an issue with his response of blessed, but I think people also forget that like he went unpicked in the beginning. Is it also fair to say that him being blessed is like, oh, he found somebody who there are people who came in and they were attracted to him because those girls
Yeah,
didn't kiss
like maybe I
everybody.
have options now.
Right.
Yeah,
Like, because those girls didn't kiss everybody. Right. So I think that that's fair to be
they
able.
didn't.
I
No, I
think
don't
they
think they
Oh,
kissed
did
everybody.
kiss
Did they?
everybody. I
they
think they
kissed
kissed.
everybody,
Did they
but
kiss
they kissed.
everybody? Okay. Sorry.
Saul
They
Maybe I
kissed
kissed
zoned out.
everybody, but
But
they
they
everybody.
didn't
kissed.
kiss everybody with the same passion. Each and everybody
That's what
has
I
a
was gonna
certain
say.
amount.
Yeah,
Okay, maybe that's
Yeah.
what it was. But
yeah.
I think to feel that, and I think that's the other part that I struggle with. It's discounting his experience just to simply validate hers because it's both of their experience too. And I feel like it's unfair to put so much on him to just preserve her experience while limiting his as well. And I think that that's where I
Yeah,
stand
well,
with it.
if
Like
if
that's
that if that's the case, Gigi, I would put it to you that he should not to 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 reassure her in that kind of way that he did before,
but
knowing,
Not.
but why not?
yeah, but
We
don't
we
to me,
beg we
okay, if
beg
you
and
want to
plead for
argue that
black
it's
men
just a
to
week,
reassure
if you
black
want to
women.
argue that it's just a week and he needs that experience, then to me, laying it on that thick on her before should not
But
have happened.
Anika, I think that there's a difference between him reassuring her in her own beauty because he didn't center that conversation about their relationship and their
Or
connection.
around
He
him.
centered that conversation in her insecurity. That's what that was. I think there's a disconnect there. When people hear that conversation, they think it was him to reel her in. That was him reeling her into herself. He could have easily centered that conversation and been like, "Oh, this is how I see you to me in comparison to me standing next to me, a black king." He centered that into her so she had her own reassurances of where she stood as a dark-skinned black woman, not with him, but independently. And I think people take
In
that
her
and they
own.
kind of blend those lines.
He
Right.
literally
Fair
he
point.
said
Fair point.
Like I literally
like he
said it
said
on one of my TikToks. I'm like, he spoke life into her. He wasn't just
Yeah.
like talking for him. He was talking to her about herself and how she should feel confident in who she is. Because he could see those cracks. If we see it here behind the screen, imagine him living in that villa with her. He sees it too.
well
So
and
if he sees her,
he said to her, I don't ever want you to feel like you're not beautiful or whatever the language was. But he was saying, like, I don't want you to feel that way about yourself. I know that you all get a bad rap. When I think of black women, I see you, right? So like,
mm-hmm,
but he really was centering it, yes, on her experience. But I also feel like more than one thing can be true. Like I didn't perceive that as like to your point, Gigi or and Angie, I didn't perceive that edification as centered around their romance. I think it also can, so I think that that can be sincere. I think it also can be sincere that he was excited that there were bombshells that came in that he was attracted to and that were attracted to him. And I think it also can be true that when he heard his partner, like he said in his confessional, heard his partner talking about her feelings, that he wanted to take the approach of how do I do this in a way that still is respectful and does not hurt or harm my partner. And I think it's actually pretty admirable that he was able to take a step back and say, I can explore without it being detrimental to my partner. Right. And so I think that also can be true that he's like, you know what, if this would cause harm because I care about this dynamic, I'm not going to, those bombshells don't feel like something I have to explore. Like, I don't think if you do one, then it means the other one must not be true, right?
mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think he's being inauthentic to his experience just because he said, okay, well, I'm not going to have the conversation yet. Because I think that you're constantly deciding what your experience is going to be in each moment while you're in the villa, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so so what he might have wanted to do was like, oh, I want to explore, but then he got feedback from his partner and he's like, oh, no, my experience, I also decided that I want to like stay engaged in this dynamic. Like I think that you can change your mind and it doesn't mean that you're betraying yourself necessarily.
And why are people
That's what.
acting like the men are not supposed to go up for the female bombshells? That's the whole point. Like
The
everybody,
same way
the
the
No,
girls
men
were
and
I'm
supposed
the,
to
not
be
yeah, they're
given.
saying. I'm
supposed
not
to go
saying
up
he's.
for them,
No, I'm not saying
especially
he
week one.
shouldn't. What
Yeah,
I'm
and that's what.
saying, no. What I'm saying is this: there is something in
Mhm.
that dynamic that just not is not 100%. I'm not saying he doesn't like her. I'm not saying he's
Yeah.
not attracted to her. I'm not saying he shouldn't go for bombshells. I'm
But
not
he's not
saying
gonna
that.
be perfect.
I have a question
One
about
hundred
that.
percent is a lot. He's not gonna be perfect.
My
Anaya ain't
question
one
is
hundred
this: do
percent
you
on
have
him.
this sentiment for the other couples? Like, are you looking at the other couples and feeling like, there's something about them or that one couple
Yeah,
that I don't.
yeah, I
Name them,
am. I
please.
For me, let's start with, well, Melanie and Sincere. Oh God, as a whole lecture. For Corbin and Kenzie, I think Corbin has been gaming Kenzie from the beginning because she's an easy mark. I consider her a clothespin. He squeezes her head, she opens her legs, and that is what he's doing, right? For Gabe and Bear, definitely
Did you
not
say a
100% sold on that
clothespin?
at all.
She did. She did say a clothespin.
Oh my
We use
Sure
God.
did.
razor.
I was trying to let it
Clothespin.
ride.
Kenzie's a clothespin.
Yes, she
Sorry.
did.
Close Kinsey, we got a new one.
I'm sorry, but that's what I think. That's because
That
he's
was
just
good,
messing
Mika.
with her head.
All right,
That
can
was
I
good.
make a point? I feel like all the couples you just named in the problems that you're naming are obvious things. The thing with
Mm-hmm.
me, with the Casey and Anaya thing, you cannot pinpoint an obvious thing that you having an issue with. You're saying that there's something that you feel, there's that's my thing. We always do this regarding the black couples. The same way we felt for Cordell and what's her name, Serena. It's always something like you guys can't pinpoint exactly what it is, but you just like, I feel like the bias regarding to black men is so ingrained into the black women that we just don't want to trust. We just don't want to take things as face value. It's always something back of my mind, my gut. Just
Yeah, I agree with
that's
that.
what I'm seeing.
It's giving guilty until proven innocent with Casey. Casey has literally
Right.
done nothing wrong. Like, again, we beg for black men to consider black women, all of them last season. They did not. They could be crying in front of them or whatever, and they still act like, oh, well, whatever, I'm putting myself first. He's doing that for her while being direct about why he's there. He's there for his experience. He's there to, hey, I'm going to explore. If this ends up being something, I'm going to continue to explore. But I like what we built so
Yeah.
far. It's been 7
I don't mind a
days.
bias based on like men in general. If you just don't trust men in general, because I don't. I never trust a man fully like 100%. But when it comes to black couples and black men, that's when you start like making that distinction of it, that's when it start bothering me. Because if it's just men playing stuff, I'm like, I get you, girl. I don't trust them either. But the
Can I?
black man, you be like, yeah, I don't. They're calling that speech Dr. Umar speech. Don't you guys think how crazy
No,
that
no, no,
is?
no, no. I
Not you,
thought it
not you
was very
specifically, not you,
wholesome.
not you. But like they
Yeah.
were calling the little thing that he was saying to Anaya the Dr. Umar speech. Like I think that's crazy. Like it's so crazy that the fact that a black man is just telling a black woman how beautiful she is feels like that man is making a Malcolm X speech. He was just talking to her. It's nothing crazy about that. That's what I
And it
feel.
was 1-on-1. It wasn't like it was in front of the villa, like he was on bended knee throwing rose petals.
My bad.
I'm
I
not
feel
gonna
like
lie
you
to
took
y'all
up
too.
Star's time. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, I'm sorry, Star. We are just yapping. I'm not gonna lie. Listen, I respect the skepticism. You know what I'm saying? I think to be perfectly honest, I'm super skeptical of most men coupled up with black women, period. Dark skin, light skin, it don't matter. Because I'm protective of black women. So I'm skeptical of you, period, because I don't want them to get their feelings hurt. You know what I mean? Like I'm just protective of them, if I'm honest, right? So I understand the skepticism. It's only been a week. I hear what you're saying. It feels like a gut instinct. And I am never going to say that like a gut instinct can't, like it's information. Like I say to y'all, right? Like it's information. It's telling you something. And I would just say that like for me, and I think some of the other people are saying it, like I don't have anything concrete to say that actually feels suspicious about Casey, other than just me having a healthy level of skepticism for all of the guys.
Yeah.
But I think like time will reveal it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my
Yeah.
approach. That's
Tina,
my
my thing
approach.
is this: like, I want them to question why the skepticism. Like, you see how you know why exactly you're skeptical. Like I know why I'm skeptical. I'm skeptical because he's of the male gender. That's why I'm skeptical. I want other people to question why
Fair.
are you skeptical? Are you skeptical because he's a male? Are you skeptical because he's black? Are you skeptical because you feel she's a dark skin? Are you skeptical because you feel like a black man couldn't like a dark skinned black woman on that show because there are light skinned women on there? What level of skepticism are you approaching this couple? That's what I want to
Yeah.
know.
I'm gonna let Star go. I do want to answer this one question, this one comment though. My skepticism is that he is not being honest about exploring. But y'all, like, that's not true. Like you literally watched him tonight tell her, yes, I think she's beautiful. Yes, I would explore her. If there's a vibe, like I would be open to that. Like
See
I
what I'm
also
talking
don't
about?
want your feelings to be hurt. Like he told her very directly that he would do that. So I don't know what you all mean about him not being honest about exploring. I think what you all mean is that he didn't then go explore, right? But let me give you an example. If you were, in a relationship with someone and they said, you were planning to, oh God, I'm going to give you a terrible one. I'm not going to give you that one. You were planning to go to Vegas for your birthday. Y'all were planning a trip to Vegas for your birthday. And they're like, oh, actually, I don't really like the slot machines. I don't really like the ambience of the area. And so you decided, oh, you know what? Let's go to this other place where we can still have a good time. Like you can change your mind because you are prioritizing what feels good to the relationship and the partner that you have. Like I don't think that means that like now you're lying about whether or not you're having fun. You're still gonna have fun in Atlanta, even you're still gonna do fun things, even though it wasn't the Vegas trip that you originally planned. Like I don't think that means like now you're being dishonest about the fun that you had on your birthday trip or on the trip with your partner. Like
And then those
I don't understand why people are seeing him take a step back around exploring as like, oh, now he's being dishonest. I just perceive it as he got more information and then he changed his mind about what behaviors he wanted to do going forward based on that new information. Is that not what we ask people to do all the time?
right.
Yes,
And then they're
my
acting like they wouldn't have tear him to shred if after immediately they had that conversation and then he went on to go talk to homegirl. They're acting like they wouldn't have eat him alive if he did that.
Yes, I'm with you on the skepticism part about the exploring, because that was one of the points that I had. My thing is that he talked a lot to the other people in the group about exploring. You did when I said about male, but he also said it to the guys as well. So I think that was something that I kept peeping, like, well, does he want to go and explore? And if so, then why not go ahead and have that conversation with her up front? It wasn't until a bombshell that he found attractive came in that it then became, oh, well, I want to explore. And I think that happened with Zach and Kata as well. I think it happened with quite a few people. So I'm not saying it's just KC. But then
Yeah.
I also remember hearing a comment in the bathroom when he was like, oh, the bombshell Corbin was going to go for Kata. And he was like, the badder the girl, the more difficult it is. And that kind of made me, tilt my head a little bit, like what he mean by that, because skip like Anaya ain't the most beautiful thing in the world, like I'm just that kind of made me tilt my head, like, okay,
But
Casey,
he was
the
stressing himself
comments.
the whole night. He was shitting bricks, even though like he was like the main option. He was shitting bricks the whole night. So what makes you think he wasn't talking about Anaya as well?
Well, it was because Zach was talking about Corbin's potential, well, Corbin being on Kata and the fact that his body language and everything was towards Kata. So it wasn't about them kind of talking about the girls as a whole. It was him talking to KC about about what he observed with Kata and Corbin when they were around the fire pit. So that's why I kind of was tilting my head like, okay, like that's something that I peeped. And I am the one that's hyper vigilant because she is a black woman, and knowing, like me, like I said, I've lived in Miami, I lived in San Diego, and know what dating is and all of that. So I am more skeptical because of the experience that I feel like I know she potentially has had, and what she also expressed tonight, which was she's tired of being the option or being second and not being prioritized. And so I think that is a level of pressure. That's the reason why I said I feel like there may be more of a level of pressure that Casey has on himself to not, mess up or be a negative experience for Anaya, which is why he may have changed his actions, or like he didn't act upon, his wanting to explore a little bit more with Soul. And then
Yeah.
also too, a lot of people are talking about the fact that KC was standing at the door by himself, but when he came in, I'm not really positive of who he said caught his eye at first.
I don't know if y'all saw it, but I already gave y'all my take. When that man came in the villa, Anaya was in his eyes.
Right,
Okay.
he said it
He
Okay.
himself.
was
He was
Okay,
he
expecting
was
I
her to
didn't
be
even
fly
behind
hear
the
that. That's
fucking.
door.
why I was like, I'm not gonna make that statement because I don't know. I think I might have been a little tuned out as I was watching because I didn't hear that
The
because
first episode was a lot.
everybody is all about Anaya and her being color struck with Sean and him being the third option, because she did say KC was her normal type. But she's also saying that she doesn't have the best experiences with her normal type, which would be a black man, and he's a dark skinned black man or a, brown skinned man. So I think we also missing out on that nuance as well, that like her
And
experience is, I'm not the first choice.
and
I'm
I
the second
understand that, but
choice
can we
or an
try to
option.
at least make an allowance for his actions are actually, or from what I can see, his actions are actually in tune with trying to protect his connection with her. And those
Right.
decisions that he's making are actually making space to protect and preserve that and protect that Black woman that he was affirming.
I'm
And
not
not
saying that
necessarily
it's not.
because, oh yeah, because we don't expect him to walk around with a blindfold on. Like
Mm-mm.
that's not love, because then the criticism is going to be, well, then he's not doing Love Island right. And I think that's when those criticisms arise. Well, he's not being honest about exploring. Well, no, he's making those decisions. He has those observations. He has those attractions. He's been pretty
Mm-hmm.
forward while protecting the balance in his relationship. And I think that that's important too. That's the important side of the nuance that I would like for people to make allowance for.
Absolutely, and I can see that point as well. And I also saw in the comments that people said he can like women of all different colors and not be a colorist. Well, that was the same thing I would say for Anaya, but everybody was that she got
No,
colorist
you did,
Right.
allegation,
And
and
I
I
don't
think
think
Trump
she's a
We
colorist.
agree.
allegations
I
we
think
agree
We
over
completely
here.
Right,
agree.
yeah.
absolutely
because of the
over here
fact that
we
she
agree
said
with
that
that.
Sean
We
and
sure do.
and
Normal people
Sincere
will
was
agree with you. It's
attractive.
the weird
'Cause,
ones.
so I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, I understand. Yes,
Normal
I
people would
think.
tell you it's okay for Anaya to have a preference, but I don't think she would exclude other people because of her
No,
Exactly.
preference.
she's
Right,
It's
not.
right.
okay.
She's not, and
Yeah.
I don't see that either. And like I said,
Normal people will agree with you, girl.
yeah,
Don't
okay,
worry
okay.
about it.
But like I said, I'm gonna be quiet on that because I've been able to talk long enough. Thank you so much.
No,
You're
thank you
welcome.
for your
You're welcome.
perspective.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate y'all. Listen, I love that we do that in this space. Listen, I love that people have, their own perspectives around things and that we can, y'all see how we didn't yell at each other and cuss each other out and talk over each other. We just
That's
all
because
talked
our
about
brains
what we
aren't
thought.
smooth.
We just
You
all
know,
talked about our perspective on it.
Yeah, I just hate when I get on a panel and then you're making real points and showing like proof, and then they don't want to hear you out. They don't even give you a simple, I could see where you're coming from. None of that.
No, I feel that. No, you know what? I'm not even gonna hold you love high. But if Casey said what Anaya said about light skins, yeah, he probably would be clocked as a colorist. Um, and I think that I think there's something to take into play around it. So I would say two things. Number one, if he said that about light skins, but was in a relationship with Anaya, moving how he's moving right now, I think that he would still get the same defense that Anaya gets. Right? Because people are contextualizing Anaya's experience around a lot of things. Okay, I'm gonna shut up and Star's gonna go. And I do want to acknowledge that as a man, there is a certain level of power that also is at play. And so, yes, we are
Mhm.
going to read that through a different lens than we read a woman's experience. But I hear you. He probably would get a little bit more of a side eye, But again, I do think if it was in the exact same context, he came from a particular tax bracket, he was still in a relationship on the island with a brown skinned woman, then him saying that would probably get the same reception from people with good sense that Anaya is getting. I don't think he would just be completely crucified by everyone. Star's Journey, I'm so sorry, my love. We have just been yapping. Please share your thoughts.
Yeah, no problem.
My bad.
I mean, the conversation was so good, and a lot of points that I was going to make, either you, Seventh Letter, or Gigi pretty much made them so effortlessly. So I was just like, you know what? It's really a good, conversation going on right now. I didn't feel like I needed to add much to that. And so much was said, so I just, stayed in the background. I stayed quiet. No problem. No problem. I know how to be a team player. Um, but so with that said, since you guys already kind of mentioned everything, I want to say, I feel like, with Love Island, it just seems like people forget the whole point of Love Island, because it's like, in one instance, like, people can't be true to, I guess, how they feel, and people can't see like that so many things can be right at one time and stuff like that. But it's like, in one instance, if for example, if we're like taking Casey and what you guys stated, with him saying what he said to Anaya,
like all that can be true, but then if he, would have quickly moved to go, I guess, in talk to the bombshell, it would have been an issue. And it's like they're not bound to these relationships, and it's only like 1 week, but at the same time, they're not bound to having to go speak to people. Like, I think, like, they're trying to do it to the best of their abilities, and they're crucified either way. Like, it doesn't matter. And I'm just like, what is the point of Love Island? It's like, oh, they're in this relationship. Why would he go do that? Why would he say that? It's all a point in people getting to know each other and what's best for them and how to have some difficult conversations sometimes. But, so it I think sometimes that can like be a little bit, I think, frustrating, probably depending on the panel that you choose to go into listen to, because I do feel like this panel, like, people are able to see different sides, and yes, sometimes they may still stay firm to how they feel, but also give them a different perspective on how to also look at things as well. So I do love the dialogue that usually have on the panel. So I think that's just my 2 cents in that aspect of it. And then what was the other thing? I had one more, but damn it, I done forgot it with
I'm so sorry, girl.
Everything that was being discussed. I tried to hold on to the thought for so long, and now I'm up. Finally, it slipped me my mind. I know. Oh goodness. Maybe maybe you could circle back. I know you're probably gonna be wrapping up because it's like in the final hour. I know. But I know somebody have one or two more statements that they need to make.
I do. I think that you're bringing up such a great point. And I think that, sometimes we need to just kind of take a step back and remember that these are like 20 somethings, right? Like, dating is awkward as fuck when you're grown as hell, let alone when you're 20 somethings and you're Anaya and Casey and you've had one or two serious adult relationships, or in some of their cases, no adult relationships. Like, dating is hard. And then on top of that, you are being asked to essentially date non-monogamously, which is not familiar to a lot of these 20 somethings, right? Both Kenzie and Melanie have said, like, I'm a one guy kind of girl. Like, they don't know what it's like to like date around at the same time. And so, yeah, I think that I really appreciate the ability to have nuance in our space. And like, yeah, like maybe a tinge more grace. I think sometimes, like, even in my space, and I think we do a pretty good job, but I think even in my space, like, sometimes we can get so wrapped in like, how can you like not see the thing, right? That we don't like also take a breath. And so, yeah, I think that this is like a hard experience for them in general. I also think it's why we don't need manufactured drama. We don't need them to come up with drama, because it's already going to be, it's like watching a baby learn how to walk for the first time. Like, it's going to be messy anyway. They're going to stumble and fall. But how do they get up? Do they get up stronger? Do they, do they stay down? Do they throw a fit because they fail? Like, how do they respond when they face these moments? And I think that that's where, like, you can really see the character of a person, right? Which is why I know people are like making, comparisons of people to past seasons. And it's because you're watching someone fall, and then the response that you're getting is like, oh, I actually don't like that response. I'm having a visceral reaction to the response, right? Like, I'm so clear why I don't connect and don't resonate with Melanie. Like, I know that is about my own visceral reaction to how I perceive her as a woman based on what I'm watching on the show, So yeah, I think it's really, thank you for like naming that, I guess, again, is what I'm saying. Like, these are 20 somethings who don't know what the fuck they're doing, trying to have a good time on an island. and maybe also, think somebody is cute and canoodle for a little bit, and how do you canoodle with this person that you think is cute and you have a really good vibe with, but ooh, that person's also cute, and like it's okay for me to talk to that person in front of them. That's weird. Like it's a lot to sort of like take in and navigate all at the same time is what I'm getting at. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. All of that. Um, you wrapped it up so beautifully. And then the the other piece was that I was trying to remember. I feel like production, they're trying to show all of these additional conversations, because last season it was a lot of, oh well, why didn't you show this and why didn't you show that? I didn't see this friendship developing, I didn't see this happening. So it seems like they're really trying to be intentional about showing extra conversations that's taking place, like I mean, again, they only like in about an hour or so, whatever, but they're trying to show more of those type of conversations versus, I think, like stagnant stuff that really didn't matter like they did before. So
Yeah.
that was it. But thank you.
Okay, I agree with you, Star's Journey. I agree with you completely. I feel like part of what production is doing differently this season, and what I have truly appreciated about the editing, is that last season, I think that I certainly felt, I think a lot of people felt like people were sort of left out to dry. They just threw the Islanders to the wolves about some things because they didn't clear things up on the screen with us, right? They just let people draw conclusions, and we had to wait all the way until the fucking reunion for that heart rate challenge. Like there were just so many things that they left unsaid, and it really fueled disgusting fan bases, if I'm honest, like really truly disgusting behavior on the internet, and not just in fan bases, with media, with celebrities even chiming in, like just really nasty, vital stuff, especially in relationship to the Black girls. And so I think that we're seeing the conversation with Bryce and Trinity. We're seeing the conversation with Anaya and KC. We're seeing the moment where Melanie blocks one more time. We're seeing Melanie go interrupt the conversation, right? So that it's like, nope, Trinity and Bay are not just saying this, they're not just pulling out their ass. Like this has been their experience, a part of the energy on the show. Oh no, look, there are these deeper moments that maybe you're not seeing, right? Because y'all are saying you're not getting Casey and Anaya content. You're confused about what's happening between them. This is also what's happening between them. Oh, these are the way that Bryce is affirming her, because some of y'all get really curious about whether it's a fetish or this or that. So they're trying to, I think, give more full and complete pictures of things in ways that they did not last season, in order to stop some of the fuel of people's vitriol. That said, like, I think that they maybe overestimate some people's intellect. And some people are just dumb and like are not gonna, like, it doesn't matter. But I appreciate it for those of us that do, it does matter to, that can see it, and then take in that information. Corbin, that was so weird how he described that challenge. Exactly, child. Anika,
Tina, can I ask a question? Oh, sorry.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Okay, I wanted to ask, I forgot to ask you earlier. With Anaya, we know how she's been like counsel to all of the girls. Did you notice, and how did you feel about when she was, she was visibly upset after the little paint challenge, and when they went and had the powwow with the girls? I didn't see people really giving her attention or comforting her in that way. Granted, all of them had a little spiciness and were upset, but they didn't give a fuck. Like, and I wonder, does she notice or feel that? Like, it seems like the only person she really can talk to that will hear her out is Sincere. But the girls, they don't do that for her. All of that, rubbing and easing her through her little painful moments.
I don't disagree with you. I have two thoughts about it. One, really appreciated Anaya saying, can I admit that I feel scared? And opening up the space for the girls to talk about what was actually happening underneath the confusion or the anger or the frustration or whatever. Like, actually, like, we're afraid. And I did appreciate them validating, like, yes, like, that's normal. I think we're all afraid to an extent, right? And it's sort of like making that space for that. the other thought that I have, people are maybe not gonna like, but it's the truth. It felt like another moment where Melanie took up a lot of space, and not even like because she did it on purpose, but because she reacted the way that she did when Caleb walked in. And then there was this obviously a moment that not all of us saw, but this moment where her partner felt away. Then I felt like the focus became in like consoling her about the fact that he was upset. And so rather than all the girls really getting the space to talk about what they might be experiencing, whether it was Kenzie's excitement or Anaya's frustration with Casey's comment or her fear or whatever, it became focused on, girl, it's okay. Like, no, like it's all good. Like it got focused on that instead. And I do think that was a missed opportunity. I hope, but I'm going to be honest, I don't know that I think this is true. I hope that, we got 5 minutes and maybe they sat over there talking for 45 and at some point she did get consoled. But I struggle to believe that because she ended up still having to talk it through with Casey and it's still seeming so raw, and then talking it through again the next day. Like, and again with Sincere, like it didn't seem like she got what she needed, because typically when you are expressing your emotions and you are actually validated in those emotions, which I don't think Sincere did. What? Oh, Anika, you have to take that picture down. It violated you.
It shows cheeks.
Yeah, it has bums in it. I think, what was I saying? Even Sincere, I don't think did a good job validating her, if I'm honest.
Yeah, he can't. It felt like, because they're both athletes, he gave her the sports talk, like chin up.
Yes.
Next game, focus on the next game.
Yes. Which is not the same thing as validation. And so I think that there's a part of her that's not really getting what she needs. And so it just keeps kind of still sitting there. And I hate that for her. But they got life coaches. Hopefully she talked to somebody and they helped her work it through.
Yeah.
I did have a question about Mel's I'm sorry. All of the I'm sorries. And what's your thoughts on that? Because I think that she uses I'm sorry as a way to absolve responsibility in the moment, and to shield her from the impact that she's made, because she says that her intent is not negative.
Correct.
I'm sorry. Before you answer that, I'm gonna say good night, because
good night.
It's
We do need to go to bed.
Good night, Gigi.
It's 2:30 where I'm at, and I gotta be in the office in like 5 hours.
I love you. I love you.
Love you.
I'm going to answer your question. And then Christine, I asked you to ask that question again, so I will answer yours. I will say that the I'm sorry's do not feel real. They feel like somebody else said it about like the Beatrice conversation. I don't remember who I heard say it, but it feels like a throwaway. I think Gigi has said it before. It feels like a throwaway statement, right? It's not as dismissive as like what happened with Bea, right? But the fact that it is such a knee-jerk I'm sorry, followed by a lack of changed behavior, to me feels like that's not accountability. Even if you actually are sorry, like, oh God, I wish it hadn't happened. It's not, wow, I really reflected about my behaviors and how they impact you, and I'm going to change, and I am so sorry, right? Because if that were true, then after the conversation about Corbin, she would have had a little bit more self-control when Caleb came down them steps. If it were true that she had actually self-reflected and was sorry and wanted to be accountable to her partner and to her dynamic, she would have had changed behavior. And she didn't. And I think that it's fair for Sincere to be like, I'm not fucking with that, it doesn't feel, at this point, if I'm honest, y'all, and I'm always going to do my best to be honest, the I'm sorry's felt like they were fear-based more than remorse-based, right? There was a fear that she was going to lose her coupling, that she was losing her grip. I want to get my man back, right? And she was doing her like Hail Mary last-ditch effort, right, in that conversation with Sincere, because she knew He's been spending time with Soul. I need to do whatever I can do in order to keep this man, keep this connection, right? And so now you're finally being vulnerable. And that's not to say it's not real. That might be honest what she shared with him, but the I'm sorry was not motivated by actual remorse for what she had done to him. And it was motivated by fear of what was going to happen because of what she had done to him. Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Christine asked me, do you think Anaya is doing her best not to be labeled as a bully during the table talk? I think that Anaya, I hate to say this, but I do think so I'm going to say two things. I think part of what's fun about Trinity is that there are parts of her that clearly don't give a fuck that I'm a Black woman on TV. I'm not going to let y'all make me have to hyper, like surveil myself and contort myself to be a version of Blackness that you're okay with, which is why all of us was like, girl, like you for real in the back of the van with your mama driving, you said that on TV, my Black mama would have, right? Like all that discourse happened, right? And we're kikiing about it, but we are talking about it, right? And so the fact that Trinity is like subverting every fucking standard of what it's supposed to mean to be a Black woman on TV is part of what I think is enjoyable about her for me as an audience member. When it comes to Anaya, I think it's more than one thing. One, I think that she is a professional, right? Like, and I'm not saying that like everybody else is not. I'm saying that as in like, she's a marketing director of a nonprofit agency. She probably does need to think about the way that she presents on TV, right? Because it's not just blowback for her, it's blowback for potentially the nonprofit, potentially for her parents, right? Like there are other things that she needs to consider, other than just like, being a bully. I also do think that she is aware of how she has to move in certain spaces. And I think that she's been getting practice at that probably for her entire fucking life. That said, I do sometimes think that Anaya means it though, right? Like she truly does think like, but I like them together, or like, but they're cute. I think she is sincere about that. I don't think she's lying about that or like putting on a front so that people don't think poorly of her. I think that's real for her. And I do think the other two things are also at play in how she's showing up on our screens. Did that answer that, Christine?
Yeah, I had something I wanted to say regarding the question about
Yeah.
what's her name? Melanie's apologies. One thing
Yeah.
I'm just grateful, not grateful, but I've observed is at least she doesn't cry after she apologizes. We knew somebody that would cry right after, and that was hell. That was hell. At least she doesn't cry. That's all I want. When she does cry, she's trying to do it in the confessionals, but like at least, you know.
I think she is feeling, I'm going to be honest with y'all. Like, obviously, I want Melanie off my island. Duh. Like, and that woman is feeling very dejected. She is feeling very sad. She is definitely recognizing how she has self-sabotaged in this situation. And I think that this might be a moment of true self-reflection for her. And I want her to do it at home. In the safety of a therapy space and not in the room.
Oh, I had another thing I wanted to ask. Not ask, like more say. I fear these fan bases that these people get on these shows for like quote unquote being toxic and for people like pretending that it's iconic. I think it's really sad for these girls because at the end of the day, these people don't care about them or their mental health. Because we've seen like twice now that these girls are clearly going through something where they should be sitting on a couch talking to somebody. They shouldn't be like their insecurities shouldn't be plastered all over TV for people to dissect or relate to. It should be what's the word I'm looking for? Discussed and what's the psychological term for it when you talk to your therapist and then you like divulge your insecurities and stuff. What's the term?
I don't know why that made me.
Whatever term that is, that's what she should be doing. but
Was it
they out here plus
Tom?
counseling or something. I don't know, bro. I don't speak.
Yeah, you want her to like you want her to spend I mean, and not just her, I think a lot of the girls,
A
right?
lot of
And you're
them,
not,
yeah.
yeah, you're not wrong, dark skin. I think a lot, listen, I tell y'all all the time, I was a trip in my early 20s, okay? But yeah, I think that there is like to your point, the girls that are perceived as toxic on the show, right, and have bad behavior on the show, when their fan bases are built around, again,
Yeah, the
pretending that it's
toxicity.
iconic, it really is like you don't actually give a fuck about
It's
them.
a
And yeah, I
disservice
do
to
think
them, yeah.
correct. And I do think that they should be, unpacking that with the clinician and letting a clinician, create treatment plans and conceptualize around what's going on with them and helping them make, meaning of it and understand so that they
Mhm.
can change behavior, right? Because what you're seeing from Melanie is like a level of awareness. She
Mhm.
knows that she self sabotages, but she
Mhm.
doesn't have the tools to stop doing
Yeah,
it.
she can't help herself. She literally said that. She
Yeah.
knows that what she's doing is wrong. It's self-sabotaging. It's hurting other people, but some way somehow she can't stop herself. That's not concerning to y'all.
No, it is
Like,
concerning because she was absolutely
no,
saying
not you. Like, I'm talking
no.
about the people that support it.
Oh, I was like, cause I
Yeah.
agree. When she was talking to the villa, to like everybody in the villa, she was saying, I'm self sabotaging and I know that I am. But for some odd reason, she
Yeah, I'm
couldn't
talking about the people
communicate
that
that
support it.
to the
Then
man.
you're gonna find somebody coming up in here that's gonna defend that behavior till the wheels come off, and then they're gonna be like, "She's iconic
Oh,
for
okay.
that."
You talking
What's
about the
iconic
fandom.
about
Okay.
somebody feeling like they're losing their minds? They feel like they're
Yeah.
doing something that is deprecating to them, but you're so busy trying to be a stan, trying to be a fan that you can't see. Oh, my girl needs help. Let me get her the hell out of there so like she couldn't lose possible opportunities because like let's not forget being plastered like that on TV and then being your insecurities being shown to millions. It also
Mhm.
could give you opportunities. It could also take it away.
Well, like,
Let's find her some help. You know.
yeah, I also think that a lot of people have said in any of the commentary that I've watched on social media, it is that they enjoy the drama. And so it's entertainment for them. And sometimes entertainment can be at the expense of the participants' mental health. And I think like that's what I've heard mostly from Tina saying, like, no, I don't want that. Like it's time for her to
Mhm.
go.
I was about
Yeah.
to say that when
Versus,
Tina was
yeah,
like,
versus
if
the
if the
other
drama is at the
people
expense of
offering.
everybody else, it gotta go. Because all these people
Yeah.
living in that villa, drama is gonna come forth. You know, it's gonna happen. But
Right.
if somebody specifically gotta always be the source of said drama, they gotta go.
Yeah, it's reality TV. I think that's what they drumming up the drama in order to
Mhm.
keep the views. I think Love Island was like the number one viewed reality TV show in America. So like as of last season, and I think like of course you're gonna want people that are bringing um the sensationalism, but I do also think that it impacts everybody. And of course, you got crazed fan bases that are gonna live for it, and they gonna ride for the rights and the wrongs.
Mhm.
But I think that, like you said, and like Tina has mentioned multiple times since I've been in here, that like it's not okay.
Mhm.
And
And I think it's so insensitive how like sometimes these people get out. Example, girl from last year, she got out just for all these people to be embracing that behavior, and I don't think she ever went and got help because I've seen the things she's been doing ever since. I don't think she ever sat with a therapist and spoke about these things that she's going through. She never seeked help because all these million of people validating that behavior, validating her
Yeah.
feelings, and telling her what you did was okay, girl. We live for it. I can't. Now she even crazier than before. Now there's recording of whole girls sneaking into people's houses.
yeah, I
Now
saw
see what y'all
that.
done did. This
Yeah,
is
and I think that somebody said it earlier, and I agree. People are confusing drama with trauma, and like y'all act like them Islanders didn't get out last season and tell you how traumatizing parts of their experience were, and that's why they still, 3, 4 months later, some of them even still now, like are so still attached to one another. It's not even necessarily because they've just had the best experience and they love each other, it's because like, well, they say all the time, nobody's gonna understand the experience that we went through except for each other, right? Like I think that y'all should like people more than that, right? Like people don't just exist for your fodder or your entertainment. And so you can have fun and you can have drama without it being traumatic. And like I was telling someone the other day, I was like, it's too many people watching Love Island that were raised on baddies and not on Real World, right? Like Real World, like you had drama, you had mess, right? They might throw hands every once in a while, but very rarely, you know. But the drama and the mess existed without it having to be traumatizing. It just was there because you have a bunch of random personalities in a fucking house together, you know. Or even Bad Girls Club, they used to be tripping too. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes they would put their hands on each other, but like they would sit down and do therapy, right? So it's like y'all, they have this conceptualization of like only the most visceral, violent, awful, traumatic things are good TV. And it's like, that's not true.
But
You know,
also
I felt
too,
like I gained my sanity again when Love Island went off and like Married to Medicine came back and Real Housewives of Potomac. I was like, oh my God, grown people drama. Like, this is so fun. Like,
but also too, they also Real World and what Bad Girls Club. We didn't have social media like this.
right,
Like I
right.
think that social media has grown and is exponentially larger than the program. And
Yes.
so and also to the fact that we have the ability to vote and be a part of the
Mhm.
show. You didn't have that in Real World
Yeah.
and Backers. And I mean I
Right.
was pretty young when that was on too, but like I know for a fact that that wasn't a part of the
It was
experience.
not. It
And
was not.
so because I can only imagine like last season, I know we try not to talk too much about last season. It was a lot of what America thinks. Like that was
Hmm.
the topic, like what they were so worried about what we think. And the voting and all of that was very skewed to show them like who was favorites and things like that outside of the villa. And so I think that that has a huge, you know, impact on like how they're the impact on the people participating is
Yeah.
really the fan base is absolutely. But I want to say I gotta go too because I gotta go to work.
Yeah, we all need to go. Y'all, we're all going. I
I gotta
love
be on
y'all
a college
down.
campus tomorrow, so or today. So
Good night.
I'm about to get
Sadly,
off of
there's no
here. But I
episode tomorrow.
enjoyed this so much.
Yay. I'm so
Thank you for
glad you
having
came up.
me.
Thank you for coming up. Thank you for joining us.
Bye.
Bye, y'all. Good night. Love you.
Bye.
Bye, Tina.